Hey y'all, happy Thursday.
Hey.
What's
What?
going on?
Yes, y'all know what to do, okay? Follow us at Ooh Ladies First, at Jamie That's Me, at Bondi Blue, Blue Rose Bondi, at Niecy Dixon on everything. One more thing. One more thing that I have to show at the very beginning. Look, bloop, bloop, bloop. One more thing. Okay, here we go, y'all. Boss Babe Awards.
Yes, yes,
Our
yes.
award-winning YouTuber and Boss Babe of the Year, Bondi Blue. Y'all be
Period.
sure to go ahead and vote. Go to Boss Babe on Instagram. The link is in the bio. Cast your vote because it's giving a two P, right? This will be the second year.
And it looked like it's two awards too. So I mean it's
Yes.
two nominations.
Boss
So
Babe
make sure
YouTuber,
y'all know.
Boss Babe media personality.
Hmm.
Oh, you muted, Bondi.
You muted.
Yes, we're trying to get something, girl. We're trying to get one of these. Okay? There it is. There's the last one. Okay? We trying to get another one.
For
Thank you. I
sure.
appreciate y'all for that. Thank you. I be forgetting.
Of course.
Yes.
You say you be forgetting.
To tell people all the time, yeah.
No, as we
No.
should.
You be getting excited just to get up here and talk about some shit. Just
Hmm.
overzealous. Bitch, I want to talk about something. Forgot everything you're supposed to do.
All the time. I forget about that all the time, for real. I was talking to somebody and they was like, "Oh yeah, with real estate, you could do this, you could do that. Plus, you on social media." I was like, I forget that those two, like real life, can intersect with YouTube as well.
Hmm.
Interesting. So yeah, how y'all feeling? How's the weather by y'all? It's freezing.
It's cold.
Freezing.
It's cold. It's like 30 degrees.
Yeah, we had some flurries earlier, but I'm glad they melted as soon as they hit the ground. I don't want no snow.
Yeah,
That would have been cute for us, but no, no, we did not get that.
It's cold as hell.
yeah. I was actually like afraid for
No,
my
we
life
my
because
sauce.
what did it say online? It said something about um frostbite and hypothermia, and I was imagining me just like stepping outside and turning into a damn icicle. And it actually wasn't that bad. It was just super windy. But I was in the house rolled up watching Paradise, watching the Gabby Petito story on Netflix.
Hmm.
You say
I didn't
yes.
know that I saw somebody make a post about that documentary. Is it good?
Yes,
I was
I
like,
will.
Pat, you
I
thought so?
Which one? Wait, first of all, which one? Gabby Petito. Yes,
Gabby
I
Petito.
started it. They only had two
Your
episodes
mic
of
is
that.
low, Bondi.
It is.
Just a little bit.
I don't know why. I just turned everything up. I don't know why it's low.
Is my mic okay?
Your mic is good.
Yeah, it's a little echo.
Yeah.
I'm not even hearing the echo, girl. So I still sound low to y'all.
A little bit. Do us a
A
favor and like
bit.
the video, y'all.
I'm adjusting.
Okay.
Ah,
One, two,
How,
one, two.
how are we now? How are we now?
Small echo.
Small echo? Okay.
I still hear one too. Okay. Well, Gabby Petito, what you think, Bundy?
Swap us out.
Ho- How about now? What about
Oh,
now? Is it still giving echo?
No.
Okay,
uh-uh.
I did. All right, I had to put the echo cancellation on, child. I didn't know what was going on, why it was happening. Okay, so remind me, Gabby Petito was the girlfriend of the guy. They went on a trip,
Yep.
and then he killed her, and then
Yep.
called his parents. Right? Okay. So that shit was so sad to me, y'all. I actually felt really bad for her. Like seeing it so up close and seeing that it was somewhat of an abusive relationship. Um, it just
That's
was
messed up.
sad. It was sad to watch, to see the police pull them over, like, and then for her still to be like murdered on this trip.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
part that makes me sad. Like, because it was all this interference, and you could kind of see how there were a lot of signs that were telling her don't do it or no, or you know what I'm saying? Like it was just a lot of shit. But I feel like she was trying to leave to get away from him, and he made it so that it was their trip.
Mm.
She said that shit about she could have made more money if she was doing it by herself. I was
I thought
like,
that was funny as fuck.
it was funny because honestly, that's probably true. But yeah, I thought her story was really sad, but it was good. It was a good documentary for 2 episodes. Cause
I watched
before,
it passively. I guess I need to go back and lock in.
yeah, the other one just came out. Uh,
So it's multi parts.
no, not about Gabby Petito, but it's
Oh,
another documentary
okay.
on a girl who faked cancer.
Oh,
Scamanda.
Yes. No, not Scamanda. The one that did the business that had the app and all of that with the
oh,
the
damn,
apple
not
cider
an app.
vinegar. Y'all didn't watch apple cider vinegar on
Oh
Netflix?
No,
no, but I've seen it.
Okay.
So apple cider vinegar. I was confused. That's
99.
a scripted show, right?
No, it's a series that's actually based off of a real person. Her name is what? No, I forgot the name already. Shit. But it was good. And she started this whole business based off of like healthy eating and taking pictures of food and putting it on social media. And she was lying and pretending that she had brain cancer. So they made a whole scripted series. And then today the documentary came out about it. So I was
It's
watching that before I came up here.
on
Apple
Netflix.
cider. That's what it's called. Apple cider vinegar.
Yes, that's what the Netflix series is called. But it is much like the Scamanda one that's on Hulu. Cause I know she was faking having cancer too. She was just connected to like that church community, and they
That's the
called
one I'm
her ass
talking
out.
about.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all seen? I saw somebody make a post on a show called Cassandra or something on Netflix.
Mm-mm.
I saw it, but I did not watch it.
Okay, I saw a few comments saying it was good. I'm like, what is it about? I don't know yet.
Hmm.
Okay, but
I'm
Paradise
gonna
is
check it
good.
on my docs.
I've been locked in on that.
On
I
which one?
keep starting
Paradise.
Paradise
On Netflix?
with Sterling K. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
I
on
don't.
Hulu.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good. It's really good.
I keep starting it, but then I'm like doing something else at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is that one about?
It's low key giving scandal, but basically it was like
I'm seeing
they had
pictures.
calculated the end of the world was gonna come, and they selected 20,000 people to go into an underground town that was built to look like a regular town. But what people come to find out once the president is murdered is that there are people that are alive still up top on Earth. So then, and it's a whole ordeal, but it's good.
Is that by Shondaland?
I think so, because that's what it feel like.
I think
The
I
Oh, it
saw
president
is.
is
something like
definitely
that on
giving
Twitter.
the
Oh,
president is
you're
definitely
right. It
giving.
has to be because the president is married to a black woman. You know, she
Yeah,
put her little
well, not
interracial
not
twist.
married, not married, having the affair with the black girl, the black
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
CIA.
that was.
No, his wife is white. His wife is white, and then his son got a little crush thing going on with Sterling K. Brown's daughter.
Mm.
So the interracial is happening on two fronts, but not
Oh,
here.
yeah. So, okay.
Shonda loves to be a side chick to a rich white man in her fantasies.
I'm
Okay.
hollering.
I love that.
For That's how you know it's her show. That's
Yeah.
how you know it's her show. I was like, no question.
I guess everybody got their things then
Mm. It's
because
awesome.
Tyler Perry has his,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, everybody got their isms.
So I
Some
guess
people
that
are
makes
just
it
Tyler's just the worst.
correct. Some people just do it a little better.
Okay. So, y'all, I got a few listener questions or pieces of advice, and I'm super glad that people participated because it's been a minute since we got into it. So,
Mhm.
Let me get into the first one. The first two are like more so short, very advicey, and then this third one is situational.
Okay.
So the first one is advice with overthinking. What do y'all do? And I'm laughing because I you asking the wrong person.
With overthinking?
Yeah, you at literally the wrong person. The only thing I can say is what my therapist has told me to do, which is it's like some method. I forgot what the letters are. So basically, if you feel yourself going into like a spiral of overthinking, then you could either curb it by changing your temperature. So like splashing cold water or putting ice on your face or holding ice cubes, and that'll immediately calm you down. And then paced breathing is the second thing. And then the third one is physical exercise. So if you feel yourself spiraling, overthinking, you find a way to release endorphins another way. So running, working out. So it's like TPP, temperature, pace breathing, or something physical. I'm still working on it, child. Don't ask me.
I think it might depend on what the situation is. I know part of the overthinking, I'm thinking about what my therapist used to say, because I will say it's been a minute since I've been, but she would say oftentimes like consider the possibility, like as far as like an alternative thought, beyond what you're currently thinking. And then it was also if you don't have like all the tools, like all the things, like if you're starting to overthink, it's like if you don't have all of the I can't remember what it was. If you don't have I think it was tools, she said, to prove that what you're thinking is right, then sometimes like don't go that far down. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got all of that, like you're because we'll add certain shit to stuff and we don't have all of the facts to know that that's like true. So sometimes we just got to stop where we are. But primarily for me, I mean, hey babe, am I overthinking this? Let me tell you my thoughts. Okay. Primarily, I'm going, what you think about this? Am I thinking too deep into this?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's definitely
But
like
I think it's never ending.
yeah, that's another thing.
Mhm.
Like I don't feel like there is any way to really combat that in the long run. At least I haven't figured it out yet. The
Yeah.
only thing I could think of is in the moment. If you're feeling a negative feeling attached to overthinking, think of the positive side of whatever it is, just to give yourself a balance in emotion. And then when you do feel yourself going on that road, stop. I don't know about y'all, but at some point, I feel like I can kind of be like, you know what? I'm going to back away from that. In my mind, it's always been the visualization of backing away from a table once I'm done eating. So
Yeah.
if I've thought about it enough, then okay, now I'm leaving it where it's at and I'm moving on to the next thing. But just for like regular purposes outside of like working out, I would say audiobooks are really good because if I'm listening, when y'all listen to us, anything where you can listen to content that is going to keep your mind with the content will help you not overthink about whatever it is you're trying to, deal with.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Keep your mind stimulated on something else. That's a
I
good
think
one. We got a
breathing
couple
will help you
therapists.
with that. I would want to believe. Just taking the time to just like breathe, you know.
Deep breaths are always important. Do you hear me? I take deep
Mhm.
breaths all the time, like before. And people, I noticed that people will get aggravated. Like they'll think because you're taking a deep breath, it means something about them, like, or it's a childish response. But really, no, it's like I have to like I actually have to take a
Yeah.
deep breath so I can relax my body so I can think clearly. And if I can
Mhm.
recall when I was younger, if you would take a deep breath because your parents was aggravating the shit out of you, they would see it as disrespectful.
Disrespect. Like, oh, you trying to get popped?
Yeah.
Like who you puffing up on?
And it's
Child.
like, hello, the actual action of the deep breath is to not puff off. Like,
Right. Relax,
But
so
relax,
you
I
would
relax.
think also the deep breath for me is like, let me make sure I don't lose my shit. So I think that's why people get disrespected because it's like, yeah, I'm about to lose my shit on the other side of this breath if I don't calm down. And the other thing for me is I will also hum. I'll find myself like trying to because that's like me trying to block the words from coming out of my mouth and also breathe
Wow.
at the same time. So if
Yeah.
I start humming, just get away from me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
scared a
so
little
the
bit.
next
Hold up.
one. You said what,
That shit
Bonnie?
made me nervous. Like, can you imagine you having a conversation? You don't know Niecy mad. Niecy start humming. Like, wait a
Mm,
minute, like,
mm,
what we listening
yeah.
to?
I'm
It's like
hollering.
that's literally me trying to block the words. Like, oh, for
That
real.
ain't me. Cause I'm a old bitch. Take the deep breath and say what you gotta say. Don't hold it in.
Hollering.
Okay, y'all. Question number 2 is how do y'all stay so confident all the time? How to love your flaws in 2025?
There's no way. Why y'all asking us
Yeah.
questions we don't have the
Right.
answers for, bitch? I just finished
Girl,
myself.
That's the thing though. Y'all think we confident all the time. Like I
I
think
love that though.
it's
I'm glad
just
they think that.
human. Right. Think that, keep thinking it.
Like,
Um,
Hello.
damn.
but I don't be confident all the time. I be feeling like, bitch, I done gained weight. But
No,
you
for
know, I'm
real.
on the scale like, be 5 extra
No.
pounds. Where they came from?
Let me tell y'all. When I put that purple dress on, when I looked at myself, I loved it.
Yes.
When I looked at the pictures, some of the pictures,
The pictures do it every time.
But they
I
will
don't know why.
play pictures play at times.
it's
They
not
play.
okay. Okay, it's not just me. Okay. Because
You
I
know
was
what's
just
worse than the
like,
pictures
They play.
though? Is the self checkout cameras. The self checkout cameras is worse. Y'all don't think so? When I be at Target, I be like,
no,
damn.
like
I try
honestly,
not to even look up there.
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell girl, I don't even look over there. I saw the back of my head. I was like, why? That's me.
Hollering.
I be swiping and then I go,
Listen, but you know what's so crazy is that I can be in front of somebody that's like actively taking pictures of me modeling, and if I warm up, bitch, I'm Tyra Banks in this bitch. But in person, like just out and about, it be like, bitch, I don't even know what to do with my. Sometimes you be doing the same pose, bitch, because you don't know what else to do now. Like now, I started saving poses and shit on Instagram just to have different stuff in my mind to do. It is crazy.
send
I
them
think
Thank
to me
y'all.
because
I
I
maybe
started
appreciate
doing
they
y'all.
that
should
too.
say affirmations to themselves. The way that you want to feel. Stand in the mirror and repeat those things to yourself until you feel that. I,
And
I
another thing,
definitely believe over time it will come to be fact for
yes.
sure.
Working out helps with that too. I'm not
Yes.
even gonna front.
Yeah,
Like,
it
if I
does.
don't feel good about myself, as soon as I work out and record some fucking video to put up, all of a sudden I feel good again, bitch. I'm like, oh, I had to pop
I
back.
think it's because
It
you did
does.
the work, and then it's the
Yes.
endorphins that's mixed with it too.
1,000.
The other thing I
Releasing
do,
that stress and stuff. It's just like it's something about it.
Yes.
yeah, I listen to Lotto, Glorilla, and Meg. I always feel like a bad bitch when I listen to them.
Yes.
I
Yes.
always do.
That
Like
is
they be
true.
saying stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you that girl, no
What?
question. What you
For
mean?
sure.
Well, that's why,
Yeah.
like, I didn't understand people's hate for Meg when it come to the music, because I was like, if y'all listening, like, it's supposed to make you feel like you the shit. Like, why are we taking this so seriously? That's why I love that one line about, I'll wipe my pussy on your nigga forehead. Like, it's because
No, begging me to have his babies hurt him, make you take the pill. Eh. What, bitch?
listen,
They need to get a bad playlist. That's one. And they need to say them affirmations and then work out.
yes, we
And
just gave you we line up. Oh, and
Yes.
right.
also just if you have like Alexas or speakers in your house, I would greatly suggest like investing in those, because having music playing around your house helps with your overall mood.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, it depends on what your vibe is, but around here, we play a lot of jazz. During any
Mm,
given day, there's jazz playing in the background in this house. Also, 70s R&B, 80s R&B is the best.
yeah.
90s R&B and also hip hop. It just depends on what you feel, because I didn't went to 70s
Mhm.
rock at one point. We was in this bitch, it was Paul and Oates. It was a great day. So you have to get your playlist together, because music is a great motivator. It helps with your mood, and you don't even realize how much it helps with your mood until you turn music on. So, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. I love that.
True that.
So I have one last listener question, which is more so. This is the one that I said was um, situational. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at the question. I'm just laughing at something else. Okay. So the question is, it's kind of a long one, so I'm gonna summarize it.
Okay.
The question is, do you ask your husbands for cash? How does she deal with a man who doesn't give her money? They both pay bills. He makes more money than her, but doesn't give her any cash. She says, is this normal? And asks for advice. So then I asked her to elaborate. And thank you for the swift response because we was just talking about this. And I asked her, does he control her checks? Because that was what I was wondering. But she clarified he doesn't control her checks. They split everything like 50-50 or 60-40. But
Hmm.
because he makes so much more money than her, once they split 50-50, she ain't got shit left over for real, for real. So
And he
he's
gives her
not giving
nothing.
her. Right. He's not giving her money to like go do stuff after they split bills 50-50. So she says that she gets low on cash for personal things like her nails, her hair, or to go out with her friends. And if she asks him for money, he says no. He thinks that it's unreasonable for her to ask him for money. They have arguments every month to the point that she's reconsidering the marriage. They have 2 children together and they've been married for 15 years. So she said that this has always been an issue. She's at her breaking point now. He got a very good promotion in 2019, and he still wants to be mean and has her paying 50-50 when his checks almost double hers at this
I'm gonna tell
point.
you right now, leave him.
Yeah.
Girl,
Leave
Here's my other
him.
thought. I'm with Bondi because I'm like, you should have thought about that before you got in this marriage. But my other question is, are you terrible with money or something? Because it just doesn't make sense that your husband wouldn't give you any money unless he's just a selfish ass
mm,
nigga. So I'm
that's what
like,
I was
and
thinking.
it's definitely giving he's selfish. But I also want to ask, are you bad with money possibly? Because I know that nigga ain't. That's fucked
Unless,
up. And you know
unless
you make more than her, and y'all in a marriage together. And I feel like she shouldn't even have to ask. It should be like, "Here you go, babe."
It shouldn't even be that.
Yeah.
See, the split shouldn't be 50-50. The split should be like 70-30, so that way she can do whatever the fuck she want to do with her money and it's not his business as long as the bills are paid.
to me it sounds like he making her pay a greater portion simply so that it's fair to him instead
That's
of the fact that you really make more money than she does. So this really shouldn't be that hard for you.
Mm-mm.
And to me, it sounds like
it's
you
not
being
even fair.
stingy. I don't even like you saying
That's fucked
no
up.
just because you can say no. Like that's whack as fuck to me. Yeah, no. Like, and when you say I'll answer the question. Yes, I ask him for money, and if he got it, he gonna give it to me.
Period.
Like, and it ain't no questions about it. And also vice versa. Vice versa. Like if I had it and he needed it, then he had it. Like it's not
1000%.
even a thought. So to me, if you don't have no extenuating circumstances, with this shit, like you ain't got no gambling problem, you ain't, you
Right.
don't have a history of playing around with the money and all of that type of shit, leave him, Miss
One,
Sealy.
because you're not in a partnership anymore. Like that's just not a
No,
partnership to me
he
at
acting like he your
all.
That's
daddy,
a
and that's
360 deal.
It
exactly.
is.
You
Yeah,
never
that's
getting out of
that's
that.
and he
She
made
ain't
that's
even
fucked
gonna
up.
have money to be able to leave if she wanted to. That's the thing.
Oh
If
yeah,
she
that's
wanted
true.
to leave, what money is she able to put away? Meanwhile, he can put money away.
But I still
Oh
feel like she
no.
could potentially, because see, I feel like, and y'all let me know, I think that may be leverage for her that he does make more. Just a bit. So make him
You
probably pay
mean,
for some because of financial abuse. Make him pay for the attorney.
oh, if she goes filing for divorce is what you're saying?
Yeah.
She need to
Oh,
make sure she have
absolutely.
her ducks in a row. Get you a good attorney. Get you somebody that's gonna fight for you for real. Because niggas play all types of games when it comes to the legalities. If they think they got them, more money and they got a lawyer that's gonna dick you around and all of that,
Girl.
listen. But to me, 15 years, how many kids? 3 kids?
That's crazy work.
Two.
Ye-
Two
Two
kids,
kids,
15 years.
15 years? Girl, I was your lover and your secretary. Hang it up
Girl, you
next
took
to
the words
me.
out of my mouth.
Now, if you want to try to get you a better job and then stack that bread up,
Mm.
So you can
Mm.
properly make sure that you about to
Bitch, I
But you
was
know
start
what he gonna
taking
do then,
pictures of my
right?
motherfucking feet and posted
what?
it on OnlyFans to make the money, okay?
That's what I was gonna say. She should probably do something like that because if she were to go get another job and he found out she was making more money, he would request
Mhm.
more money from her because it's
Yes.
Oh,
financial
you right.
abuse. You
You
can't
Niggas
have
do
no
right.
some
extra
on some
money
slick
around him.
shit. Do some slick shit so that
Yeah,
you can
she's in
stack
a rough
and then get the
spot.
fuck out of there. Girl, you gotta get out of there. Because there's no reason that should still be an issue this much. Because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. You had children. At the end of the day, if you didn't have children, I would have a different argument, but it would still be the same type of argument. Either way, I
Please.
still feel like when a woman almost dies, and because I feel like that's what happens every time somebody gives birth. I don't care if they have a good, pregnancy. I don't care if they have a good birth. You
It's a portal
still
between life and
yeah,
death.
you
Yeah.
almost die every time.
Mhm.
And to me, I feel like if you were willing to almost die to bring niggas big head children into the world so that they can feel like they dick work and all of that type. Because when niggas be in families and all of that, them having children is a signifier that they penis work, that they doing what they supposed to be doing. That's attached to their ego. So to me, for you to put yourself in harm's way to bring children into the world, there should not be a moment where you ask that nigga for something and he tells you no simply because he wants to tell you no, not because
Yeah.
he can't give it to you. So to me, that type of not being free with the person that's like literally laying next to you that almost died in the process of bringing y'all children into the world, if you can't be, free with me when I ask you for something, like, no, fuck out of here.
It definitely sound like some type of the other thought I'm having is, all right, is he punishing her because she chose to work or something? And it's like, well, you doing that went to work, so you ain't getting nothing. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Or he could just have that mentality a lot of these niggas have these days. They listening to these stupid ass podcasts
Yep,
and you
for
think
sure.
you making a little bit of money. So even though you got a wife that you done been with for 15 years, you want to make sure she ain't with you
She
just
ain't
for
got
the
nothing.
money. The
That's
fuck?
crazy word. And
The
you
other
can't
thing that's
gas.
scary to me
What if you
is,
need gas in
oh,
your car? God damn.
Like, what?
oh, this could go so many different ways too. But the fact that she's saying she ain't got money for nails or hair, like he should at least want to give you money to be kept,
Yeah.
to look in some
Yeah.
type of way. So it's scary because they say that the most dangerous time in a woman's life is when she tries to leave an abusive relationship.
True.
So I honestly think that she should
Mhm.
probably try to figure out if you do decide to leave, find out what your resources are. Have somebody come up with a plan for you to leave. Because anybody who would financially abuse you like that, I can't see it going over well with you just deciding to want to leave. Oh, I don't know. That's a big flaw. That's a big red flag.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. She definitely gonna have to think this through because especially with the kids, he's gonna try to hit you there.
Oh yeah,
Oh, forgot
definitely.
about that.
He gonna ask for fucking custody so he don't have to pay child support. If
Mhm.
he like that, he like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like he been like that.
Child, it'd be so crazy. You'll help
Mhm.
a nigga get a job. You'll help him get the job he got, and he'll turn around and tell you how he don't want to give you shit.
Lover
Like,
and secretary. Lover
listen.
and
Ma'am.
secretary.
Sorry, ma'am.
Well, we wish you well. Thank you for asking us. Oh, please give us an update on what you decide to do. We wish you the best either way it go.
Yes.
Either way it go. Okay. I got us getting into something fun really quickly. So y'all know I be on TikTok like I always do. Thank God TikTok is back, like I always do.
Mhm.
And I saw this trend, and the trend was called I looked like this, or the trend was called When I Looked Like This, my favorite song
The
was
song.
blank.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Mm.
I was like, this is cute. I made a little video. I went back through my little photo bucket account.
Mhm.
And like I remember I was uploading pictures of photo bucket all the time because that's where I would save my pictures before I put them on MySpace because you have to get the little HTML code. So it was photo bucket and was something else. I can't remember the other one, something like fish, blah blah blah. So I started paying the $5 a month to save all my pictures, and I was able to pull these pictures up from when I was in middle school. So I'll go first, and then I'll go with y'all two next. So
Okay.
I look like this. And when I'm laughing my ass off because the picture on the left, I feel like I damn near look the exact same with this fucking
You
bob.
do. You
And I was
do.
only
Yeah.
14. It looks like I went and put on an outfit and put a filter over a picture.
Oh,
But that picture was from, I think I had to be like in seventh or eighth grade. So 07, 08. So when I looked like that, my favorite song was Pretty Willie. Was it? She got the best conversation. She looked good from head to toe. Y'all know that song?
yes.
Yeah.
She just might become the future Willie Mo. She served at BCBCBG and she flossed her city trip. Oh, that was my song, y'all. That was my song.
Girl, I remember that. Oh my God.
Ooh, okay. So next, when Jamie looked like this, her
Listen.
favorite
Child,
song
look.
was
I don't know. Okay, so I think that was my senior year at Alabama State. Probably anything T-Pain.
Yes, girl.
I
Listen.
think, yeah,
Daddy.
I can take
yes,
you to the log cabin. Somewhere in Aspen.
Hey.
yeah. When
Yeah,
I
that's
look
what
like
that,
that,
yeah,
that
that
probably
was
was my song. You know what else probably was my song too?
what?
The fact that I was, I'm trying to see. I probably was pledging when I took that picture. It probably was fuck them other cause I'm down for my fuck them. So
Right.
it probably was that one. The other one, I think that could be from like I think I don't know if it was 2010. I'm not sure. I probably was listening to some Nicki Minaj. Probably like I'm the
Man,
best.
hollering.
Okay. Listen.
The comments
Listen.
is killing me.
Listen. Since the
Hilarious.
very beginning. Do you hear me?
Oh, they
Child.
killing me.
And
Yeah.
then with the serious face, like, bitch, you know it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Legs and hips and
And
body.
body.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
What you gonna say, Jamie?
Ooh.
No. I was done. I was saying.
Okay. When Bondi looked like this, damn, look
Ooh.
at the arm definition. Angela Bassett.
Okay.
Listen.
When Bondi looked like this, her favorite song was.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna start with the one with me with the other people in the photo, and just for like background, the white boy was my boyfriend. Okay,
The white
so
boy was your boyfriend?
the white boy was my boyfriend.
What?
He bought
Oh.
me a diamond Mickey Mouse necklace for this graduation that I
Oh.
believe either I had on or was in my bag because that was our 8th grade graduation. My favorite song back then was Down for You by Ja Rule in them because that was
Oh.
0203. So yeah, '02. So yeah, the song was definitely Down for You at that time. Okay, like Ja Rule crazy, Ja Rule Ashanti, that whole little era of songs. Yes, going crazy.
1000%. That is so true.
This
Lil
right.
Mo.
Yes, Lil Mo. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this one on the left, that was actually what year was that? That was my birthday. That was 2008. So that was my 20th birthday. My favorite song back then was I Told You So by Solange. Solange had just came out with the Soul Angel album that she
Is that
had.
the song that Tony was on? Because I love
Yeah.
that song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That album. So I was playing the absolute shit out of that CD in my silver Toyota Corolla, bitch. Okay. That replaced my green Camry because I got hit by 18 wheeler when I was coming home from Atlanta.
Oh my.
Oh
My
wow.
freshman year of college. Yeah.
Oh my.
Child. So yeah. That was his 20th birthday, and yeah, that was the song back then. I told you so. I told you so. That song used to go so hard. She sang her ass off on that album. I
Was that her
Mhm.
first ad? That was the first one,
decided.
right?
That wasn't the first one, but that was the first one that like cemented the style.
Okay.
I
Because the
remember
first one was
watching
like a
the
teeny
videos in the
bopper.
morning. Could have
Yeah.
been in love by now if it wasn't
Was
for
it for
Tony.
Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, yeah, that was the shit. And shout out to my homeboy Walter on the left. That was like my brother
Oh,
in
Walter's on the list.
real life. Walter's on the left. These were the people that I hung with the most. So when I tell y'all that I hung with dudes the most, I really did. Like literally in the picture to the left, I'm at my male best friend, the one that's like 6'6". I'm at his house, and that was my birthday. And then Walter and me, the funniest shit. Me and Walter was in preschool together. I left, came to this school, and then maybe a few years later, Walter came to this school where I was. We grew up in the same church. So him and a white boy at the time, Jonathan, was like BFF. So we was a clique, and I went with Jonathan. Jonathan was like a super duper senior or some shit.
What is Jonathan doing? Jonathan, white boy, you said.
Yeah,
What
he
what
got
is he
he got
doing
a
now? Do
wife
you know?
and kids.
She
Wife and
white. She
She
black. Or
black.
she white.
I believe she Latina.
Okay.
I believe she's Latina.
Damn.
Yeah, you know. He's a nice, he still is nice. Look, he got a beard and all. Last time I checked on Facebook, child, he had a beard and all of that. But he was a sweetheart.
Mm.
He was a sweetheart.
Okay.
So yeah. Girl, yeah, I was listening. And oh yeah, this is another thing. For everybody out there that kept calling me light skin, I needed for y'all to see what I looked like as a child, right? So this is me in 8th grade. Walter is still that color. I am I'm lighter, obviously. But if you see, I was not light in comparison to like the girls that I grew up around that were considered light skin. So I'm lighter now because I work from my house and I'm inside all the time. But
Right.
my skin tone was darker growing up. So I didn't have the experience that like my best friend at the time had. She was light skinned, had the curly hair. All you had to do was put the conditioner in it and all of that. Yeah, my mom had permed my hair when I was 6. Okay, this is a real roller wrap. Do y'all see this? Okay. This bang that's going on, this side slick that I'm giving y'all, okay, for my 8th grade graduation. Got all the awards, girl. The times. I miss
Okay.
That's too funny.
I miss that skirt.
Looking at the throwback pictures.
Yeah, I'm looking at myself like,
I
damn, bitch.
could.
First of all, you looking
And then
like
the
a
context for
goddamn
me, I was
baby. Listen,
Yeah.
in
you look
the one on the right.
yes. You definitely look
Yeah,
just like
I
yourself on the one on the left. Like you, I don't know how that happened, but you look exactly like that now. Now this one on the right, like we could absolutely see that somebody's baby who probably shouldn't be putting no pictures on the internet.
yeah, I had a stack full of braces under there. Probably every single I used to wear like all pink braces all the time. And then green contacts I wore from like 6th grade to probably 10th grade. People thought that was my eyes. I was pulling a Kenya Moore.
Girl, yeah, you were because they look
That's
legit.
funny.
They look legit.
Okay, so sticking to the whole mood of throwback, I came across a video on Threads, and I wanted to play this throwback video, and it brought some things to mind. I'm gonna ask y'all the question after we watch the video.
Laughing.
Gloria actually left me speechless
I'm gonna play
with
it.
the
It'll
name
play
that she
again
called
because
me
we
as
missed it
she
again.
walked out the door. Because
Can I just say? If I was Gloria, when she closed that door, I would have said, don't roll off. That would have been the moment that I got out the car and beat Shawnee's ass on the curb. Cause like, why you closing the door? You muted.
Oh, I said she wanted to touch her when she grabbed that car door.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Like, what the fuck you touching the door for? And then also, what you mean scared? That girl was not scared. First of all, she kept her back to you the whole time she walked out. If she was really worried, she would have walked out. First of all, I would have walked out with my back, like, low key. Like, I would have walked out sideways because I just don't trust people. And I didn't been hit
You
a
could
few
tell she
times.
wasn't that scared because she didn't have the to-go plates at the table, but she walked out with 2 to-go plates. Like, no, bitch, let me get my food before I get in the car.
Talking about why you ain't scared. Bitch, ain't nobody scared. You ain't gonna do shit, Shawnee. The camera's here. You ain't gonna do shit. You don't want to get sued, ho.
Right.
So
And then gonna tell me she was appalled by the name that she called her. It's like, lady, you was antagonizing that girl the whole time.
You're a cunt.
I think that was the first.
That was
this scene was the first time I ever heard of the C word. Me and my sister, sorry, y'all know I got I'm serious, and that's crazy because I went to school with a bunch of white people, like a gang of white people, and I've never heard the C word before. So me and my older sister, she's 10 years older than me, we was watching this, and she said I was appalled by her calling me the C word. I said, "What is that?" And my sister Jasmine, she told me, and she told me that only white people say that.
Oh my.
She was like, only white people say that. Black people don't say that word. And I was like, oh, yeah. So this scene makes me think about hearing the C word for the first time. But my question to y'all was, I was watching Married to Medicine, and when I watched Married to Medicine, I was caught the credits and I saw Mariah's name pop up. And I often think about the similarities between Mariah being on her show that she executive produced, Mel being on her show that she's an executive producer for, and Shawnee being on her show that she's an executive producer for. And I feel like we love Mel on her show. People liked Mariah on her show and threw a fit when she got kicked off her own show. But when
Mhm.
it comes to Shawnee, I feel like the overall tone is that people would have preferred for her to be kicked out of her show a long ass time ago. So what do
Yeah.
y'all think the differences are between those two people or those three people that I named who are executive producers on the show that they actually star in? Because we know that it can also create a lot of like it can make the relationships really complex and the storylines don't play out when you know your boss is on the show with you. So what do y'all think about the difference that Shawnee gets in comparison to like a Mel or a Mariah?
I think.
Shawnee,
Mhm.
Shawnee to me, automatic, like Shawnee has an air about her that it wasn't even just that she was the boss of the show. It was also that she was Shaquille O'Neal's wife. And I think there's something to be said for the upper echelon of basketball players. There are
Mhm.
basketball players, and then there's Shaq. And I feel like essentially a lot of her big headness came from that. And then it was infused into the show. So her attitude was more so from being Shaq's wife versus really the show, to me. Whereas with Mel, I feel like Mel's energy when it comes to this my shit, that really just started happening. That was not really happening at the beginning because she was too busy fighting with Martell. It just now, I feel like in the past couple of seasons has become a thing where Mel is kind of like, this my shit, you know. But it's not the same as Shawnee that had the years of being in the upper echelon of the NBA and who people are around when you're in the upper echelon of the NBA, especially back when Shaq and Shawnee were together. Like Shaq is like, you know, y'all, he's at the highest of the high when it comes to basketball players, and that
Mhm.
really gets you in huge doors. Like, it's incredible. So I feel like, and then she had a whole bunch of kids for that nigga, you know, and she was really
4,
married
right?
to him. Yeah, I think 4. And then like was really married to him, unlike a lot of other women, like her friend over there, who was always you know,
Me
engagement, always a fiance, you know what I'm saying? Never a wife. And who else? Who else was it besides Mel? Mariah.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I think with Mariah, it was because Mariah wasn't a doctor. If Mariah was also a doctor and was in charge of that show, then I think it would have had the same amount of weight. But because she wasn't a doctor, the other women on the show were able to sun her. Unfortunately, like that to me, that's
Yeah.
what like happened when it came to Mariah and those other women not holding her as a high regard. Because really, it's about how the people on the show react to you, not us as the viewers. It's how the people on the show react to you. And people treated Shawnee like she was that girl even before she became basketball wives. And I think that was because, you know, Shaq's fame was like humongous.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that. I also think the difference between them and would probably be contracts as well. You know, what they were willing to sign over versus what Shawnee probably wasn't willing to do. She probably wanted to always have access to her show to be able to dip in and out
Mhm.
on the show. Whereas I think Mel also had that as well. Even though she introduced like a different type of show, but I feel like it still was her and Martell's idea. Another company, and that's what typically a lot of companies do. They'll come in, they'll receive your idea, but in order for them to take ownership of it, they'll kind of like change it up a bit. And I think that's what happened to her, but she still had kind of what Shawnee had, where she can come in and out. The difference I do think that Mel had than Shawnee, Shawnee was able to dictate more of who she wants there, who she don't want there. I don't think Mel was
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
fully do that.
Because there was
And
no Carlos.
right. And then I think
Mm.
with Mariah, yeah, like I think kind of the same thing. I wonder if she had a contract in a sense more so with Bravo, maybe, as I am the creator of this show, executive producer, but not necessarily a relationship with the production company or something.
I'm gonna tell you, it low key feel like because Shaq was who he was, he backed Shawnee, and I think
True. And he's a
because
good
Shawnee,
businessman
yes,
too. So yeah.
and I think they had the lawyers to go in there with the network and be like, this is what we want, versus Mariah and Mel, who are really just regular people coming
Mhm.
into this. I think because she already had Shaq on her team and the lawyers that she needed, the money she needed, she had a better,
More
financial
knowledgeable.
situation.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
had the resources because
Yes.
the other people didn't. And Shaq, he been doing television and stuff for a long time. And even though they were going through their divorce around that time, I think that she was filming right before it like really kicked off. I think he still always just had like that love and respect for her to make sure she good, like to be put
He
on in a
Yeah, they
should.
sense.
still always seem to
So
be friends. It
He
was
yeah.
odd.
should.
It was kind
To
of
me,
like it was over before it was
oh yeah.
Yeah.
for
He
a
owed
long
her
time
that
though.
though. I think even basketball wives seem like, I know I owe you a lot. I know I owe you.
Yeah.
So I'm
Mhm.
going to do whatever it is you need me to do because I owe you. Same thing with Kevin Hart and his ex-wife. They know they owe those women. And if
Mhm.
those women, if they have to let go of them and all of that, you still owe them. To me, I personally feel like that's the way men should take care of their families, even if they're not with those women. They should still make sure those women are taken care of. Because you still created a family with that person.
Mhm.
A lot of these niggas don't think like
That's
that. You
Usher
have
and Tamika.
your wait, what about them?
That's how he is with her. They got a
He's
good
still
relationship now.
oh,
Hmm
okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
now she
know.
did say that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
they hang out. Him and the new like they
That's
had some
good.
family holiday and all of them was together.
His new wife seemed cool as fuck. Like she
She
chill.
do. She
That's
do.
probably the chili he was waiting on.
He's
Mhm.
The chili he was with the
Mhm.
strap he was waiting on, bitch. Okay, tear that ass up. Invite all of the
No,
niggas.
you didn't.
I'm sorry.
We gonna talk about him. But yeah, she seemed cool, whatever.
I love him though. I love him.
Who Usher?
I do.
You
I was
know,
listening to the 90s R&B and that goddamn it's 7 o'clock on a dot came on. Bitch, the way I was in here
cruising.
mopping. Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Kiki in that damn interview busting out talking about some one wish? Girl,
Listen,
Well, what y'all want to get to it because that's what I got.
we
I
can.
got it. That's what I
Oh,
got.
you got
Well,
that?
I forgot. I
Okay.
forgot. We gonna do the TV show in between because I forgot I ain't gonna
Okay.
be able to play it. Okay, Jamie, did you
Can I-
answer the question on?
on Shawnee them, yeah. I was saying that I think that the difference
Oh,
between the
yeah.
ladies were
Can I
contracts
can
as
I
well.
please? Can I please?
What?
Please. I just want to be an asshole. Okay. So like, because everybody always be like, oh Bondi. So let me defend Mel right quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Because somebody said I disagree. Melody is not likable. And I want to defend her to you. Okay. Because y'all say I'm always on her side. And guess what? Yes. But only because that's a lie, bitch. Like if there are people called mellow meters, how are you gonna say somebody's not likable when they have a really intense group of fans that I really do not consider myself a part of? So please don't add me to that shit. I just like the lady. She cool as fuck. I can't wait to get my strawberry oil and body cream that's about to come out on Saturday. Okay.
In her defense,
Like, why y'all
if I mean, people feel like none of them are likable.
and
I
that's
mean, it comes with the territorial
I think that's
reality.
not true though. I think everybody's likable. Okay, if I'm being
Well, no,
real,
no, I see what you're like. Yeah, we
Jamie.
may like them, but I'm just thinking about like it'd be a lot of people saying, "Oh, I can't stand Mariah," and it's like,
but
okay,
she is
I can't
likable
stand
at some
Shawnee. Okay,
times. Like I
you,
feel like even the people I don't like, I can look at them and see why people would like them. Like Nene worked on my fucking nerves,
uh-oh,
but I could. Oh, where'd that girl
I
go?
don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll
Keep
just
going,
continue
keep
to
going,
say
keep going. Keep going.
Nene worked on my nerves, but I could
Yeah.
always still see why other people would love her. She was hilarious in her one-liners and her facial expressions and just being herself, but she was way too full of herself too soon for me, and I stand on that. But I
But
can always see why people would like somebody.
Bonnie.
Like even Marceau.
but
Marceau's
also
hilarious.
to that, to that comment, we weren't really talking about that
Mm,
because
look,
they may not be likable to the fans, but they may be likable to the producers and stuff, which is why they are kind of able to get their way at times. I think Mariah was able to do that at times
Mhm.
until you had a lot of the cast members that weren't feeling her. And I guess the same thing with Mel, but I don't even know, in all honesty, if it was more Mel or if it was the fans that made the cast feel away, and then the
Right.
friction even more so with her. So I don't, you know,
And see,
It
but I think
was.
they liked her overall.
everybody's not everybody's
I
cup
think
of
it was
tea.
the
That is
fans.
absolutely right. That's so true. But you can't say that somebody isn't likable simply because you don't like
Right.
them. And that's the
Right.
point that I'm trying to make across the board. Even though with Shawnee, this is the thing. This is the reason why the fans didn't fuck with Shawnee in the same way, if we being real. It's because Shawnee turned around and told us we were
Mhm.
too invested in her show.
That's yeah,
When
she
she said that,
Right.
cut. After that, it's been down, 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 down. And the only reason I
You
think
don't
they
ever have
still
to
get
worry about me
renewed,
again. I'll
listen,
uninvest.
it
I
was really how I think even before that, it was the just how she handled the OG situation as a
it was,
whole.
oh girl, it was
It
pissing
was
us
like
the
we
fuck
good.
off. But that's why though, because we was like, bitch, you gonna come to the reunion and then you gonna say that you scared of OG, but not Shawnee that done threw, I mean, not Evelyn that threw a bottle at a bitch head. Like,
Right.
to me, it was insane to
Yeah.
even act that way. So
Or
to me,
Malaysia, did she pick up a table and throw it at
girl,
Jen?
the season right before. The season right before. Picked up the whole
Crazy.
table on the bitch in another country. They could have got arrested in another country. So, like, yeah,
That's when
no,
they were in where was Amsterdam?
Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Yes. I never forget that shit.
that was
She
crazy.
picked that, that table.
Mhm.
I don't know what that table was made out of, but she made it look like he flipped the fuck out that
Oh,
table.
it looked like a dollhouse table.
It was definitely like a slow-mo
That shit was crazy. I was like,
iron
oh,
bistro
Mhm.
table. Because I'm about to say them fucking bistro tables be
Then
made out
that's
of
when
iron.
everybody started talking about pimping their kids out. That's when Jen said that Evelyn was pimping her daughter out. It's a
Yeah.
lot of the same things.
It is. No,
Mm.
you know what though? If you ever notice, even during the season, there are themes in the reality shows that are on at the same time.
hmm.
Yes,
Oh
I've
yeah.
noticed that
No,
for like a few
I've
seasons
noticed
now.
that.
Yeah, it'll be the slightest thing, but something that
Mhm.
everybody has in common. Either,
Yep.
these grooming conversations, like,
Yep.
like, what is
Yes, Lord.
it remind me of back in the day when people would steal from old TV guides. Like they would look at the old shows and steal their like plot lines and then
Mhm.
recreate them. If you watch old shows, you can really connect that shit. Like watching Martin, there's always a Halloween episode where somebody gets scared.
Mhm.
Like it's a whole bunch of like little episodes that like everybody have their version of. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I miss when reality TV was
Mhm.
really good though. I ain't gonna lie.
I
Okay,
know.
we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it in the same theme. So it's another
Mhm.
clip that I want to show y'all, but I have a question that will kind of lead into our reality TV. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the clip.
All right.
Like on your knees, it should have been flowers, it should have been candy, it should have been an engagement ring, it should have been puppies and animals and llamas and like I like. It should have been an extravaganza to get me back. Like when I walked in the door, you should have been like on your knees, it should have been flowers, it should have been candy and it should have been an engagement ring, it should have been puppies and animals and llamas and like I like. It should have been an extravaganza to get me back.
Thank you for sharing screen, Jamie. So that video, I was laughing my ass off because I was in a group chat with my best friends and she sent it to me and she was like, "This is me around that time of the month." And she ain't lying because low key, that's me all the time. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just do much better when the dynamic is giving you do much more than me. Okay. So I was like, it's like I'm very down to earth, but also where's all the extraness? Like it should have been candies. I also saw this post that said something like, um, he didn't ask me to be his leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day, so
Oh,
find a new man. And I was hollering. So when I saw the post of K Michelle, and I turned around and watched Love and Hip Hop. I think that's Atlanta. I can't remember which one because I'm mixing
Mm.
up the franchises. But this question came to mind. I wanted to know what is probably the most elaborate thing that somebody has done to try to get y'all back? For me, I can answer that. For me, it's nothing.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking like, what
For
was
me,
then
nothing
the
really.
question is, did I think it was elaborate? I'm trying to think. I don't
The
think.
only
Like what?
thing,
I mean,
it's one thing I could think of. It's one thing I because it's
uh
the
huh.
only time that it actually required that. It's never really required that. That's not always a requirement. Like for instance, me and Lyric have never broken up, so there's no reason for him ever to have tried to like get back with me.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not
But
talking about. I'm thinking somebody
like,
from a long.
yeah, no, that's where I'm going. So the time that I could think about, the nigga showed up to my job with a like a bag that he had put together, and it was full of shit that I liked. It was like some flowers, some candy, some lotion. It might have been like some type of article of clothing, a candle, but it was a whole bunch of stuff like basically in a bag to say I'm sorry. Um he said I'm sorry because he put his
What
hands
they
on
do?
me. He put his hands on me.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
He showed up to my job with it. That's what really took it over the edge. He showed up to my job with it. And if you know this dude, you
Oh,
know that
that's
he don't do a
scary.
lot of things. He don't do a lot of things that will show humility. So that it was to show how bad he felt was because he actually came to the job and all of this shit. He only pushed me. He didn't like hit me or anything, but he pushed me. But he pushed me hard as fuck. Like
Mm.
nigga used to
Mm,
play football. So when he pushed
mm,
me, I went up in the air.
mm.
Like I went up in the air, watched the ground pass under me, and then
Why
landed
is
on
the
the
ground
ground. Like I was
passing?
okay, but it scared the shit out of me. Like I had pulled a gun on him before. I
Okay,
really,
Not
good.
y'all
Okay.
was in there.
But yeah,
Hold on. What, Bondi? What she say?
I pulled a gun on
she
him
pulled a
before.
gun on him.
Cause like this was when I was very young. Okay, to be very clear, this is like in the end of my teens into my early 20s, and the sex shit was out of control. And so it was like maybe 2 or 3 days we had not had sex. And he blew up on me to the point that I pulled a gun on him and told him to get the fuck out of my apartment. Like the fight turned into because I didn't like for people to play with me. So I was like, get the fuck out of my place. And he didn't want to get out. And so I, was like, oh, you not listening. Okay. So I went and got my gun. And because my daddy was like, if niggas don't listen, you get your gun. Like that's why I gave you a gun.
Mhm.
Okay. Like, so I tell you to leave, you don't leave, I go get my gun. That's how that 1+1 that's how that came to me. He was always upset. I didn't shoot him, but he was mad that I that brought the gun out. I mean, he didn't break up with me, but you know. So yeah, New Orleans.
Mm.
Yes, my
Yeah.
daddy. Yeah, my daddy.
I'm
Uh-huh.
hollering. Shout out to my best friend TR because that's who sent me that video today. She in the comments. She was
Hey,
like, "That was me."
Tiara.
Yeah.
What's
Hey,
going on,
girl.
honey?
You know who she remind me
That's
of?
not enough.
Mm-hmm.
A more together
Who? Robin
Nicole.
Gibbons?
No, yes. But also Nicole with
Yeah.
yeah, from the 90s who went crazy.
Who's Nicole?
But yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who's Nicole?
Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Who was
Who's
The
on
that?
one that
What
talk
TV show was
Jason's
she on?
Lyric? Jason's Lyric, Ally
Mm.
McBeal, Devil Wears the Blue Dress,
Lola?
Love Jones, Lisa Nicole Carson. Thank you,
Lisa
Jesus.
Nicole Carson. Was she on
Yeah.
that show with LL Cool J?
No,
Her.
No.
it's Lisa
Oh,
Nicole.
this one. Oh, this one. We was talking about her not too long ago, but most people say
The
Robin
dimples.
Gibbons. It be
But
giving.
yeah,
I
but they
see.
both had the dimples, but the
Yeah.
energy to me is more Lisa Nicole because I've actually been around her. So to me, yeah, there's a picture down here somewhere that's gonna give exactly what Tiara be giving. Yeah, I be in her stories.
You said a picture down here.
Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
not yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Eve's by you. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. She was sexy as fuck, like especially on Jason's lyric. Like I don't know if anybody remembers the scene where her and Tretch fucked in behind the building, girl. Okay,
Hmm. Well, um, okay, Jamie, did you have a story?
Um, no, I'm over here thinking.
Nothing
Nothing
is on brand
really.
because niggas don't be doing nothing.
Mm-mm. I mean, I guess cry would be the most like.
Jodeci, bitch.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I have gotten tears before.
Yeah, that's about really
I haven't gotten
it.
that. I haven't gotten that. Those here,
Really, you haven't gotten tears?
never
It makes me
tears.
think about my ex-boyfriend from high school. So it's funny as fuck because y'all know how much I love Usher. I was actually broken up with in a parking lot after school to Climax by Usher.
Mm,
Um
sheesh capiche.
and it wasn't the first time we had broke up. And I was like, okay, cool, like whatever. So this time I was like, okay, fine. Like we playing mind games. Like I'm just gonna be unbothered. So I was unbothered for maybe like a month, and he was literally crying like real tears. Like, why are you doing that? Like, you know I love you.
You know, I love
Yo,
you.
No. And it was a very cold winter. That's when that Drake album came out. What was it? The one with cameras on it and the one with I don't remember. It was like a John B mix or whatever. It was a sample. I can't remember which album that was, but that was a very moody winter when he was crying, and I thought it
Ooh.
was funny because I
It
felt
is.
like I won. You know?
Girl, that's probably why nobody ever cried around me. Because I'm not soft. You know what? I be thinking I'm being soft. And really, once I get mad, then I just start saying all of the shit that I was thinking from the beginning. Yeah.
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 I think, yeah, for sure. It was crying. I feel like it was different times. Like one moment I do recall back when, when you have MySpace, you
Mhm.
can like tell like what page a person has been on because the active people would show up at the very top. It's the first few people at the very top. And from there, I kind
Mhm.
of noticed a chick that I wasn't used to seeing. And I went to her page and saw some subliminals or whatever. Long story short, learned that he was messing with her. I just packed all his shit up, put it up in a bag, went and changed my damn locks while he was gone, and came back, tried to get in the house, and he couldn't. And I was done for I don't know how long, but of course it was just a bunch of tears, 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 tears. And I wish I would have cut it off at that moment, and I didn't. But
Yeah. I must have
that's
been
about
giving
it.
rough and some because when I tell you a
Mm.
nigga ain't never cried,
You
I've
didn't
had
cut it off. Y'all got back together after that.
We did.
y'all did?
Stupid.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Stupid as hell.
You
Went
didn't
on
change the
maybe for a
locks.
few years.
I'm about to say she changed. I ain't even never changed it. I just put the shit in the garbage bag
Do,
like you
do
did.
you
I
hear
put the
me?
shit in a garbage bag. Like if you don't come get it, it's gonna be in a dumpster. But the type of nigga he went from my house to another bitch house. So that's all he did.
Yeah. I think he did go to her
Mm.
house for a little bit. Actually, he did. He did go to her house, and then at some point, me and her ended up getting into it about some shit. But
Ooh.
He
yeah,
got the girl
girl, I
pregnant.
had
He
to take that hoe to court. But
now what you have to take her to
Ooh, the
court
girl. You had to take the girl
because
to
like
court.
yeah, so like my
for?
son's school was
Shit.
up the street from her
Nah.
house, and so I don't know. I don't know. I know I pulled up at her house one time because I used to be this type of person where I'm not too much. I'm not gonna do no social media with your ass too much. I'm gonna pull up on you and see what the fuck you talking about, right?
Okay.
So I pulled up on her. It was so funny because I knocked on the door. I guess she thought I didn't know where she stayed at, but I did. And so her son answered the door.
Ooh.
Little boy, he probably was like 4. I was like, "Oh, hello,"
Where your
and
mama
then she
at?
answered the door,
Is your
and I'm
mommy
just
home?
like,
Where your
because
mama at?
for me, at some point, it's no longer about this fuck nigga. It's more so about I'm trying to see about this shit you talking about though. Like that's
What
at
you
some point it's
said
about
though?
the disrespect just a
Right,
little
what
bit.
you said though?
Thank you. So she's on. She had her phone in her hand, and I think she was just trying to like record the call or something like that. And I don't know. We had some exchange of words, and I was really fly at the mouth, but she wasn't trying to move none. And I don't know if it was because her son was right there or whatever like that. She did kind of like push him back, so I don't know what. But I mean, But again, what you talking about?
What you
you
want?
know. So anywho, at a later time, I was driving and obviously they knew my car. And I think my son was in the backseat. I picked my son up from school, I think. But anywho, what I didn't notice was she had got another girl to trail me. So basically, they both were behind me. I think the friend she had was behind me, but she was on the side of me, and I looked like, what the fuck? So I noticed she started following me. So I started turning down all these different streets. And I said, oh, so she got a homegirl following me. My son was actually not in the car with me because I had just dropped him off to my mom's house, who didn't live too far. That's what it was. Because when I was driving, her friend drove a Mustang. I had hit on brakes, like, okay, so you gonna hit me, bitch. I'm gonna make sure. So I hit on brakes. She swerved and shit so she can miss me. I don't know where she actually went, but I'm thinking of her friend. So when I had got to work, because I think I had got on the phone with him and I cussed him out and told him about what happened. And I said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put, papers on this hoe real quick. Cause if I whoop her motherfucking ass or I just, wear her ass out, they already know what the fuck going on. So when it came down to it, even though the judge didn't really do nothing, it was like a dismissal thing or whatever, but he didn't go to court with me
Candace
or
and Monique.
none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't do nothing, but she ended up telling him, like, you need to get your girlfriend, you need to get your girl, you need to do. He was like, I ain't doing shit. She want to beat your ass, she just gonna beat your fucking ass. Like, I'm just not. And it's like, when you get older and you look back at it, it's like, but you're the reason for a lot of the shit, though.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun just to do it for the plot, though. Sometimes it's just to do it for the plot.
I hear that a lot lately. I hear
almost
that a
stepped
lot
into that
lately.
too. I was listening to do it for the plot. I was listening to So Gone by Monica way too much. Way too much. And I felt like doing some shit. So I did go over there and I did knock on that door. This is so embarrassing.
It's not because
I always
everybody
like,
had a
listen,
life.
your clown
Somebody in the
mask on.
comments
I had my
piece.
I'm the
my
only nigga
clown
up here.
mask
That's really
on.
what it is. I'm the only nigga up here. That's why. Go ahead.
Down your doors and smack your chick.
Oh, Lord, I'm
See,
hollering.
nothing really happened. The funny thing was it was down the street from my house. So even though I could have walked down there, I drove my little Volkswagen Beetle over there. I knew everybody was over there. Y'all, this wasn't no adult relationship. This is the same boyfriend from high school. Everybody was over there. One day we had got out of school early. I'm like, okay, this bitch has had smoke with me for no reason. And it was one of them bitches who was like, oh my gosh, I never wear weaves. I wear color contacts and I don't wear makeup. I'm natural, yada, yada, yada. She wear weaves to this day. She
Come on,
looked like
Kenya
somebody
Moore.
pulled her out of 2010 to this day. Anyway, I went over there, knocked on the door, open the fucking door. They're like, oh my gosh, who's at the door? And they're like, they say his name. What? Yo, bitch, she crazy. I was y'all, it was crazy. That's the same night that he was crying, y'all. That's the same night he was crying. I was beating on the door. The girl was over there. They ended up leaving. And then he came out and, we rode around the neighborhood. We was talking and he was apologizing. I was like, I'm done. Fuck it. And that's the same night he was crying. I did not get back with his bitch ass. But I did it for the plot. So when I hear so gone, that's my part.
This what got me dying right now. Somebody said, not Bondi being the innocent one.
I wish I would have did this shit for a plot.
No, because in real life, this is exactly how it is. Everybody always think it's me, but it really be them.
I had to get into some things though, because she was just in my inbox a little too fly. She was doing a little too much. And you couldn't even see about me on your own. You had to get your friend to trail me. And then here's the
just know too much in my childhood. I get
I was gonna wear that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. But yeah, I mean, I ended up being with him for quite a few years. He was my best friend in high school. We never dated in high school until after the fact. We ended up dating, going on for many years. But I'm so grateful because that is the guy that I ended up having a miscarriage by. And it was like a DV type situation. So I'm so glad that I have a completely different partner. And I'm just glad I didn't get intertwined to him or connected. And I've mentioned him before where he's went on shortly after we officially broke up, got with some other chick, whatever. They ended up getting married at some point once she got pregnant. And he still went and had 2 kids on you outside your marriage. And I hate that for you, 2 or 3. And very unfortunate, but I'm so glad that I am not at that place. Sometimes you do gotta lose to win, and it's
Listen, shout out
good,
to
but
Jamar, okay?
Right.
and yeah, she still look though to
Best
this
thing you
day.
never had.
The other chick,
Mhm.
girl. But yeah,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm
Nah,
telling
thank
you.
God.
let me tell you something.
Not
I
thug
was-
misses
oh.
moments.
Listen, what? Don't trust no nigga, no.
Where's
No,
that?
don't trust no motherfucker. Get gone.
Not
Now,
thug
when he comes,
misses.
open up. Let him freak you.
I'm
I can't.
No, you know why?
screaming.
Okay, so it was like one time, I never had to deal with, like, as soon as you told me you was cheating on me, I'm out. I only really got cheated on by a dude one time. With girls, it might have been a little bit more difficult, but the one time somebody really played on my top was in college.
Mm.
She fucked her roommate. And I knew she fucked her roommate because
Oh.
we in college, it's our second year. So she get placed with somebody. And so I'm like, what the girl look like? So she sent me the girl Facebook. As soon as I saw the girl, she looked like a Puerto Rican. I said, oh, you fucked her. She went, eh. I was right on the money. That was probably the first time my spidey senses was absolutely right. So I travel out there, right? Because I'm head gone. That's my old lady. I'm about that crazy. So I show up, right? I'm staying out there. And I pull up to the apartment and I wanted to fight the bitch. Right?
No.
So we both in the apartment because they still stay together. The girl, like, listen, I don't want any problems.
You wanted to fight the Puerto Rican girl or your girlfriend?
Yes, I wanted to fight the Puerto Rican girl. Oh, I already fucked her up. Like, trust me, she got fucked up too. But the girl, it was because the girl was living there and she was like, I ain't even want to fuck the girl. I just did it because I could and she was trying me. And I was like, oh, she was trying you. Okay.
Good.
How many times they did it?
Huh?
How many times did they do it?
Just one. She said she didn't even like the girl like that. She only fucked her the one time. So I'm guessing that was like when they first moved into the place.
Okay.
The only thing that stopped the fighting, that stopped me from, like, because the girl was like, I don't want to fight. We in an apartment. And in my mind right now, I'm like, I really want to beat her ass just to prove my point. But something said, if you get arrested in Atlanta, your daddy gonna beat your ass. And the way I fight, because I'm little, I tend to do the most. Like, especially in my college, like, once I had got out of high school, I had gotten to the point of pulling shit out on people. Like, I like to cut people. That's why I don't fight no more. Because it's too, because I'm gonna feel like, because I'm little, I need to go above and beyond.
You got to slice
Hold
the
on,
people.
hold on. I was laughing my ass off
movie.
because the comment said that we didn't. Bonnie, not you taking it. We didn't talk about pulling the gun out. Now you talking about you.
Thank you.
Nas, me and Jamie beating doors down. Come on.
But this is why I don't do this shit, because this is why I go with. Thank you.
Listen.
See, and this is why last week people was mad at me for saying that I didn't know the other side of not Bondi, Mel. And I like Mel because I see so much of myself in Mel, where it's like people be thinking they know, but they don't know. It's multiple layers. It's the Scorpio mystique, and you can call a thing a thing, and it's fine.
And to me, you should never meet that version of me. At this age, you should never meet that version of me. You know why?
Yeah.
Because now I just remove myself. I'm not doing all of that because I don't like getting upset. I don't like getting mad. I don't like my heart racing. I don't like having to think of something slick to say to your stupid fucking ass. I don't like none of that shit. So ultimately, if I start feeling away after I didn't have my oh, okay.
Yes.
I remove myself. At this age, I remove myself because I feel like I don't need to be in a space that I need to try to prove nothing to anybody, because that's how you end up getting fucked up.
That's right.
There's always somebody tougher. There's always somebody bigger. There's always somebody that's gonna pull their gun faster. So at the end of the day, I just kind of remove myself in this age, but it's because I was cutting people across the face and pulling guns out on people. I needed to calm down. So yeah, no, nobody really cheated on me like talking about, you know, because yeah.
Yeah. So The question was,
Well,
what's the most elaborate thing a man has ever done? And y'all see where we took it.
Elaborate shit we would do.
So
okay.
this
Everybody
will
had their time.
everybody did. This is gonna give us a nice segue into TV talk. So y'all be sure to like the video and we'll get into TV talk and I'm gonna let y'all know why I asked that question. All right. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We're gonna talk about that. So the reason why I asked y'all what was the most elaborate thing a man has done is because this episode we see Zane begging for Ashley back
Again.
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 And it was funny as hell to me because he hired all those people to come stand there, and the girl with the violin was like, "I'm sorry, I have to go. I wish you both the best."
Oh my.
She said, I hope it works out. I gotta go.
I hope it works out. I have to go.
That shit was
Like,
hilarious.
oh, so what else happened in that episode? The only other thing I can think of is Carly having a conversation with her new husband's baby mama via FaceTime.
I missed that.
It nothing. It was kind of what we talked about last week.
Oh,
Carly,
I
yeah,
have,
the back,
I have
huh?
one problematic thought. One
Yeah.
problematic thought about Carly and her old man.
Mhm.
Something that was like, okay, so you know how you be noticing shit and you be like, that nigga gay, but you don't want to say nothing. And then somebody else say it, and then you be like, Carly's old
Damn.
man.
What you notice?
I don't know.
Flimsy.
Yeah, it was just a few times. It was just a few times. Like I was, because me personally, I just assume everybody's bisexual anyway. And then Lyric came into the room and was watching for 5 minutes. He was like, "That's Carly's husband." Like, that nigga not gay. I was just like,
He looks like a kid a bit in comparison
He
to her
does.
too. It just does not fit. And then to know that he was trying to hide the fact that they had got married and he got all these other chicks. I don't know
It's
if
a
he's
come
trying
up.
to hide behind something or if he really is just thoughtish like that. But I just don't see this being another successful marriage for her.
and then
I
for her
don't
to
think so.
pretend like she doing IVF, that's another reason why it's like, now why you gonna enter into a lavender marriage so that you can do IVF at 50? That's too much.
Carly, baby, let it go. You have a whole grandchild that you could go love on.
Tony Braxton, bitch. Let it flow. Let it go.
Yeah, when you put it like that, it's like, yeah, if you old enough and you have a whole grandchild, what would make you want to have another kid with the man who already has kids? One that's a fresh baby, matter of fact, because the baby mama was pregnant when he first got with you. So why?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what they talk about this episode. So when she
Mhm.
first met the boyfriend,
He
he
said,
told her
"Do
he
your
was
thing."
dating somebody and that the girl was pregnant, but he didn't know if it was really his. So he was just gonna take care of her until she had the baby. He could find out through a blood test if it was his. It's
Mhm.
2025. You could have done a DNA test before the baby was born, whatever. Anyway, she found out the baby is his, and now the baby mama was on social media. And I was laughing so hard at the clip from the baby mama because she has said everything that everybody's been thinking, which is like Carly is too old for this shit, basically. So Erica is cool with the baby mama and wants to get the two of them together to have a conversation. So that's all that was about. And then Carly asking her husband, the child of your mother, she's going to be in our lives forever, right? Like, what's the option? Do you want him to abandon his child so that way they're removed from his life? Like, I'm not understanding why she asked the question, but that was really it. Besides them saying that Mendices is allegedly messing around or trying to, I don't know if I
Quiet
want to
the
say messing
girls.
around. What'd you say?
Quiet the girls. He wants to quiet the people he's cheating with.
Yeah, but
NDAs
at
or
the
threatening
same
them.
time, they didn't say that he did anything, which I thought was interesting. The girl who said that her friend was silent said that he was trying to talk to her. And then Jessica White said that he was trying to talk to her niece, but they
No,
never said he was fucking with either one of them.
no. Jessica White is the one that he was trying to talk to her niece, and that came out of nowhere. The other girl he was allegedly actually fucking with because she's
Okay.
been scared into silence. And that's the story they told last season or last time we saw them in the first, run up with the girl. But I'm gonna say this: like, Mendices is cheating. Like, cut it out. Anyway, um, outside of that, hold on, what was on Carly.
Yeah, I had a question about that.
Carly feels like one of those people who really is slow, but because they are pretty or attractive, their slowness is not computed in the same way. Because if you really think about it, she be like, think about some of the people you know that you might have went to high school with that you know was slightly slow. They would be antagonistic, kind of delusional sometimes. But if they didn't have any like identifiable markers, you don't really know. But to me, when you think about Carly, she act like somebody that stopped growing at the age of 15, 16.
Yeah, that's what I would put on it.
Mm.
Yeah. So like to me, I feel like she is not growing past a certain age, which is why we see her like continuously doing the same shit over and over and over again. So like Tilo will be here for 5 minutes. Now she started to marry these niggas, but she ain't gonna be married to him for long because
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. I feel like we all know that man is probably at least bisexual. Good night.
So, question: Carly had asked if the baby mama that just had the baby was going to. So that makes me question if she was trying to posture him to get full custody from that
That's
woman
the
or
other
that
option.
child.
Right. That's the second option I was wondering. Do you want him to get full custody? And yeah, that's what it seemed like
And
she
you
was
raised that
trying
baby like
to.
yours.
That's some raggedy
Yes.
ass bitch crazy shit. That's some
It
crazy bitch
is.
shit. I don't like that. I don't like that. These are the people that eventually somebody does a documentary about. Like, like she abused me, and when I grew up, I killed her.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but that's what Carly did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why I'm
So the
blocked now.
last. Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, she blocked
The
me.
last thing
Oh,
that
damn.
happened is Spice and Saucy get into an argument at the end because they go to the skating rink to celebrate Rennie Rucci, finally being outside after having her baby. Question: do y'all Rennie Rucci look real good? You think she got lipo on her stomach after she had the baby?
Absolutely.
I'm sure that's possible. Yeah.
Everybody's getting
Okay.
surgery. Everybody's getting surgery.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
the
sure.
stomach was like, it was on flat. Like,
She
I
just
don't even
had
know
that
where
baby
the baby.
5 minutes ago.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought. I
she
was
had to.
so
Didn't Black China do something like that after her child? She had her daughter. Did she?
got surgery
That's
on the
probably what
Tummy
table.
she
tuck.
did. Yeah.
Probably got a tummy tuck right after.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, if you can afford it and you can keep the upkeep and you're gonna be healthy with it, girl, tuck that shit.
Hmm.
Tuck it.
So Saucy and Spice get into an argument, and it was funny as fuck the way it happened. Because Saucy, and that was all Kiki and having a good time. Rennie, Saucy, and Spice. And Saucy just casually says, yeah, that's why I didn't want to be on your album. That's why I declined it when you came to me because it was going to be on some clown shit. And Spice said, excuse me, what? He said, yeah, your album. I didn't feel like it was going to be, it was going to be on some clown shit that I didn't want to be involved with. And it's funny because it's like, Saucy, how did you think that she was going
To
to
take that. Yeah.
right?
Saucy, I feel like sometimes Saucy don't recognize that he has an air about him, like he's better than people. He's an asshole. And if I was Spice, I probably would have felt exactly the same way. I would have brought up numbers and reminded you that I know you think you that girl because you and Carisha are possibly fucking Diddy together and everything. But but essentially, bitch, you still don't have as many streams as me. When I tell you I done read that nigga his front and his back and everything that jiggle, I would have read that nigga from the hair on his face to the hair on his booty, bitch. Listen, he would have been because you know why? Because I know niggas like him, and they feel like just because they mouth quick, they can say any old thing about their fucking mouth. Okay, so I would have wore his ass out. They'd have edited so much out.
I need him to understand that he doesn't have the same celebrity as Carisha for sure.
You know,
You know,
For
you know that's what it
I
is.
sure.
was
You
I
know
was
that's
all the way here for Saucy though.
no,
I,
yeah,
I, I was all the way
absolutely.
here for Saucy. Nothing that came out of his mouth, y'all, this wine, and we turned. Okay, nothing that came out of his mouth
Absolutely.
for me was left field because I did feel like the album was gonna be on some clown shit, and I wasn't mad at him for saying it. And Spice kept saying, "I have more streams than you," but to Saucy's point, when you go to the club, are we listening to Saucy or are we listening to Spice?
It depends on what country we in, nigga. Talk
Ooh,
about
yeah,
it.
that's the
Good
point.
point.
If we in America, maybe you. But if we in Africa, if we in Jamaica, if we in Europe, Spice.
Whoop, there it is.
So calm down. Calm down.
Well,
And that's not to play with him because I fuck with Saucy when it comes to the music. But
yeah,
he was coming, him and Jock, I feel like was coming at her like, oh, she made a great point. The biggest record in the country at the time and right now is a diss record. So why are y'all acting like y'all above this shit? You are on Love and Hip Hop. You're not above none of this
Come
shit.
on.
Jock or Saucy. If you got to get your check from Love and Hip Hop, then you can get your fucking ass on a track and talk this bullshit to each other. If you was really a musician, then it should have been fun just to do it and see if
yeah,
you
she
could turn it
right.
and turn it into something.
Yeah.
He to me, he always has himself in the mind frame that he fucking with people like Diddy and Carisha in a level that they're on. And we know you right for them hoes, nigga. You ain't got to tell us. We know you right for them. But at the end of the day, you still have not accomplished enough for you to be talking to Spice like that. That was a nice try, though.
I don't know what's been going on with
It was
Sauce.
the mood. It was the mood of it. Like, who you talking to?
Okay.
And
Turning the
I don't
page.
even really like Spice like that. And I was just
No,
like,
I don't. That's why I wasn't bothered. I don't care for Spice.
She's very
I don't
annoying.
either. She aggy as fuck.
Yep.
Like, you
I don't
you
know
want to
what it
manage
is.
that girl because you want to get back at Carly, the Bunny Rags girl.
That's gonna be messy.
Yes.
Lately, I have been really enjoying personalities like Saucy. I don't know why on TV. I think that's why I like Ashley Darby so much. Kenya. I don't know what it is. Okay.
Why you're on your fucking stage? That's why. And some people
Maybe.
throw caution to the wind, bitch. Fuck it.
I
Give
think
them
that's why. That is why. Because I always say it with your chest. Like if
Yeah.
you say it with your chest, like it's fine. You can do no wrong by me if you say it with your chest. So when Saucy said it with his chest, I'm like, what do we do?
Right. At
See,
least
I gotta watch it. I might feel how you feel. I gotta check it out and see.
it
I
felt
got
like
a feeling I am because I can't stand Spice.
I
I was
didn't
like,
completely disagree with him.
Oh,
I
no.
really didn't. But when you really think about it, neither him or Jock really have space to feel that way. Because when you really do look at it, Spice is the only one that is on this show touring internationally.
Yeah.
She's the only one. Jock, you do little cute shit around Atlanta. Saucy, you might go to LA and do some little cute LGBTQ shit. But essentially, Spice is really the only one that is a world-round international touring currently, selling currently artists. And so they're, even though what they saying has some slick truth to it, it's also kind of still bullshit.
What did Jock say?
First of all, Jock tried to change his story. Last season, he was like, I got too much going on with Kendra. This time, he tried to make it seem like, oh, because you wanted me to do a diss track that was the same beat. And she was like, it's called juggling. Like, that's what we do in Jamaica. Meaning, like, if everybody's on the same track. And I'm like, I've heard that before. If everybody has this, that's why Luma D and all of them had that same, if you want me to stay. And everybody had different songs to that same track. And for some reason, they all charted at that time. But I think that's what that's from. Like, you get a really good beat and everybody make their song off that beat. And that's what she was doing. So I just kind of felt like y'all ain't doing shit else. Like, just go with it. She is streaming more than y'all. Fuck. Shit.
Well,
damn.
But I felt them though. I ain't gonna lie. I did feel them on the like, I don't want to do no diss track. You know, it's Love It. But I also feel like you don't have a right to feel that way when you're already on Love and Hip Hop. Like,
so now I wonder if they really didn't want to do a track with the other folks that were on it because they may see those other people as jokes.
That's what he was saying. That's exactly what he was saying. It was about who she had on there. And I would have felt that way too if you had Sierra on the track with me.
But she did let Sierra do it.
She didn't really, did she?
Yeah, Sierra was on there.
Oh, okay.
And
I ain't gonna lie though. I felt like the track that I did see Sierra put out was low key not bad. I'm keeping it a buck.
I gotta listen to it.
If I'm keeping it a buck, the only person who rap I really don't fuck with like that. I hate to say it, it's my girl, but it's Bam. She rap too slow for me.
Hmm.
You too relaxed. Like I like people that eat they beats. That's why I like Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla. Like they know how to like rap over they beat. Bam just be
Mm-hmm.
talking like a regular person.
You know, Bam be trying to come with her West Coast type of
Yes,
vibe to all the tracks.
but
That
no,
makes
And I think
sense. That's
each track requires a little
it's
something.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need some.
mm-hmm.
Whenever she rap, I be like, the words sound good, but I need some intensity from you, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's given like the classroom. Somebody got the pen and you just
Yeah,
rapping over
zada
that.
zada
It's not.
zada 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 zada
Hmm.
zada zada
And
zada.
I eat my rice and cabbage.
I'm
Yeah, it's true that
hollering.
I'm a bad bitch.
Like Angela, bitch. Like Angela
Hollering.
on that fucking. Listen, bitch. The Black China song was so. I said, really, Derek? That's what you did? Really, Derek? That's all you could come up with for Black China was that?
Mm-mm.
I was disappointed in Derek. I wasn't disappointed in her because I'm like, you're not really an artist. I'm disappointed in him for pushing you to put that whack ass shit out.
Mm-mm.
Well, y'all ready to go to Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to Miami. So for Miami, it's two things that we could talk about. Number one is the recycled storyline that's been recycled since Khloe Kardashian, which is Amara wanting to have the same baby daddy. You know, I understand her logic, but I don't because that man is still married, right?
That don't count.
I
Are they
don't
not
know.
together? Because he was saying
That-
something in the episode like his wife is going to be upset about it.
She in the DR. She know what that nigga out here doing. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I low key feel like it'd be different if he was like really being respectful to his marriage, but you're not. You was really out there playing like you was single when you was fucking with Amara. So stop playing with us.
Mm.
He probably found out that you was really married after the fact. But since then, you fuck with Flo and her sister. So you ain't spending that much time with your wife. She know what it is. And I also feel like island women, like they let their men be whores. If they man is pretty or got good dick, they know he gonna be out there. And if the bitch not in the vicinity to fight, then I'm just gonna let him do what he gonna do. I ain't about to divorce him.
Liz.
Listen. So that's why I'm like, I don't know why everybody care that Alan's married. His wife don't care.
Mm.
Okay, so what are y'all's thoughts? Because we talked about this before when it came to Chloe. And to me, I think that it's stupid for women to be like, I only want to have kids with one man.
Nah, it's
What are
stupid.
y'all's points of view on it?
I think that's stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
especially when she was engaged to Safari and probably was willing to give him some kids.
and he
Um,
wasn't deserving either.
it makes me think that she also may feel like if she keeps the same DICK, then she not up in her count on her body.
Girl, get that out your mind. They already think you a hoe.
True.
Nah, you need the next baby you need to be with somebody that actually wants to have a baby with you and wants to be in a relationship with you. If that's not it,
And
get that shit out your mind.
she
Yeah,
can freeze her eggs without sperm. I'm like,
that's
why is she acting like That's why I just knew it was a
Right.
storyline. You can
so
freeze your
dressy.
eggs and find the sperm later. You don't have to go ahead and fuse the two right now.
Fucking twins that her mama could barely take care of while she out here flipping houses and performing and fighting hoes on Love and Hip Hop. She got 50, 11 fucking jobs and two twin babies at the same age and a deadbeat baby daddy and a mama that got a heart issue. Girl, you can't handle no more kids. Stop
She
playing with
can't.
us.
In addition, she know what them kids gonna look like. And she
That's
like how
what
them kids came out. And that's another factor as to why she rather have kids with him
Like
in particular.
like perfect Dominicans. You know, they're a little
Mhm.
brown, but they got baby hair like chili.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
Huh. Well, last thing is Princess and Ray J sitting down with Marcus. Ooh, y'all, this scene irked the hell out of me. But I remember, for one, I'm gonna say Princess is dumb because you sitting there explaining to Marcus that you got beef with Brooke and the person who you should be mad at is sitting right beside you.
Child.
And then number two, the only reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it was very much giving drugs from Ray J. In my opinion. In this scene, Ray J seemed high It was giving drugs whenever he was throwing the French fries. Like it just
It's
something
always
seemed.
giving drugs. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's
it was
always
very obvious this time though. It was like, damn, you out of there. Like, what did you do before you came on scene? And I just want to know if you saw that it was giving drugs too.
it's been giving drugs. To me, that was more so him acting and doing his asshole thing that he likes to do whenever he gets in that mood. But I do think cocaine or anything along those lines might help, allegedly, possibly, who knows? We can't be sure. But yeah, no, it definitely gives you needed a battery in your back in order for you to play with Marcus like that, because the way Marcus went around that table on you, it wasn't giving acting. It was giving, if he could have got to you, he'd have beat your ass.
Wait, Ray
And he
J and
should
Marcus
have.
got into it?
Yeah.
Yes. So that Marcus wanted to have a conversation with them about the beef with Brooke, but Brooke wasn't gonna be there. I don't even think he expected Princess to be there. I think he just wanted to talk to Ray J. I can't remember how that happened, but Princess and Ray J showed up. And they kept talking about how he called himself Dr. Brown and how they think that they have the best relationship. And basically they was like, y'all fake the funk. Y'all can't give us no type of advice. Ray J was eating. He like flipped a plate upside down, start throwing French fries, just talking
Oh
shit,
my
throwing French
God.
fries. Marcus said, Marcus said something, and Ray J said, "Say one more thing, and I'm gonna throw this French fry at you." Marcus said one more thing. Ray J threw like a handful of French fries at him. Marcus got up from around the table to try to fight him. Security came and got him, and when he did, they broke him up. They went outside. Princess was talking to Ray J and was like, "Let's just go to the beach. Let's just take the kids. We're in
She
my
was smiling.
favorite place."
When he
Oh
was
yeah,
throwing
she
the
was
chick,
excited.
she had a smile on her face. So that's another reason why I remember that I can't stand her.
Mm-mm.
Because when Ray J is acting like this towards other people, she enjoys it. But then when he
Mhm.
turns it around on her, she's a victim and she's crying. Princess is a piece of shit, just like Ray J, and I'm reminded of that. I have been rooting for
She
her
is.
ever since she started playing poker. But now I really am like, because y'all know I didn't like that she smacked Amara, because I feel like, girl, everybody is here just to get your check, to get their check, and you really put your hands on that girl. And then she went around like really mad and like like getting into
Yeah.
everybody. Now you
Was.
mad at
Yeah.
Brooke because Brooke didn't respond the way you wanted her to respond. And now you okay with him throwing food at Marcus. Like Marcus did some shit.
Now
Like,
we got to be like Dr. Heavenly and say, bitch, you need to get that energy to that nigga.
do you hear me?
You need
Do
to get
you
that
hear me?
energy to that man.
That's who she
Do
need
you
to get the
hear
energy
me?
What
to.
the
It
hell
was
you got
Okay.
crazy.
going on?
We're
Being
all
a
on
And
accord.
terror.
even when Marcus asked her to explain herself, she sounded so dumb. And he's like, "Why are you mad at Brooke?" "Oh, because Brooke bought Amara and Amara tried to mess with Ray." And Ray said something about Amara as though she was wrong for trying to. What?
Yeah. Like, and she
That's
should
when I
never
was
been
like,
trying to mess with me, even though I was trying to mess with her too.
okay, it's giving drugs for
Yeah.
both of you.
Yeah.
And she
For
was
him
just
to
sitting
throw
there with
fries
this
at Marcus.
smug look on her face.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, tell the truth. That whole not aging as well as Amara is. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. She gonna be one of them old Asian ladies in a tracksuit down to the to the casino in 5 minutes, bitch.
Oh my.
I don't care.
Y'all got any
Winky,
other more
winky.
comments on Miami?
Oh, we discuss Zoe and
Oh,
and Ching Diamond? Bitch, Ching
let's
Diamond had me hot. I said, how you gonna get mad at Zoe because she don't want to go along with you taking care of a nigga straight out of prison?
Ooh, sheesh,
it's
Capi.
given he's gonna cheat on her though.
Oh,
She was
absolutely.
For
like,
sure.
"My mama said this, just don't cheat on me." Girl,
He had his hand
it's
on her
given he's gonna
titty.
cheat.
Like, why would I cheat? It was terrible. It was terrible.
Ooh, Jane.
Mm-mm.
Looking a fool.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was pretty much
Yeah,
it
that was
there.
it. That was it.
We got 2 super chats that I want to read. They've been baking for a little bit. The cake has been baked. So the first one is, "Y'all look so pretty tonight." Thank you so much, Reese.
Thank you.
And then the second one is from Renee, and she says, "I love this panel so much. I'm in the military and getting ready to deploy soon. Keep the
Oh, wow.
videos coming.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for my service, for your service, my girl.
Yeah.
I know
Thank you
that's
so
right.
much."
Thank you. Thank you.
Be
Thank
safe
you.
out
Bless you.
here. Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Next, y'all, I would like to get into very quickly Real Housewives of Potomac.
Okay, girl.
And I know,
I
Bondi.
watched. I'm ready.
You watched. It's only really, where is it at? It's only really one thing that I wanted to talk about from Real Housewives of Potomac. And they start the episode off with Karen and showing that Karen is not there. And Karen hop on screen. Oh, she hop on screen just very visibly shooken. So scorn
Wait, 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 wait.
looking.
Wait. Somebody asked a question and I knew we was forgetting something. The Pinky
Oh,
Doll
what was
shit.
it?
Did we ever talk about
Girl,
Pinky Doll? We don't need to talk about that.
I
All right.
can't. No, I
We don't
can't
need to.
stand
We don't
Pinky.
need to. I just
No,
wanted to make sure before we completely got into Potomac. Okay, but back to
no.
Potomac and Karen shaking like a leaf.
Yes, Karen was shaking like a leaf or a stripper, and she was sitting in that chair, visibly nervous. She actually looked older, and she was crying, saying that she felt bad for her family. Um, I, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, it pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
It pissed me off. We got that scene from Karen, and then we also got another scene from Karen where she was more fixed up, where they had revealed that she had went to rehab. They didn't call it rehab; they called it something else. But she said she went somewhere to address her issues with taking antidepressants and drinking alcohol. And it pissed me off even more because I feel like it was her saying, "Well, I'm sad because my mama and daddy died." So the antidepressants is I'm sad. The alcohol is I be drinking. When
Mm-hmm.
she could have just said I went to rehab. And then the other thing was even in that second scene, she comes to us in the all white. It's so I always notice the theater that they do. Like Portia be coming to us with the pixie cuts. She be coming to us in the all white. And she thanked everybody except for Wendy. Well, not everybody, but she thanked Giselle. She thanked Kay for, being on her side, but she didn't thank Wendy. Now, for me, I didn't care that she didn't thank Wendy, but I just felt like the whole thing was disingenuous. You coming on the screen looking like you scoring, like you've been through it when all this time you've been, pleading that thank God I just didn't like any of it at all. It turned me all the wrong way. And I just have never looked at Karen like this before. So I wanted to know, like, what was y'all's feelings around seeing Karen on video and also her not thanking Wendy was a big thing. Lastly, y'all know I love Ashley. But why the fuck would you have a picture of that lady on the couch like she died? The whole episode just pissed me off, honestly.
She a weirdo.
Karen.
And then she was like, "It's my picture. I want it back." They was about to put it on the table, and she said, "It's my picture. I want it back." Bitch, we at the reunion. They not gonna steal it. Are you okay? Oh
Right.
Well,
my
she didn't want the picture to be first shared. That's why.
Mm.
like it mattered.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all still talked about Karen for most of this reunion show than y'all did anything else. To be very clear,
Mm.
Right.
what I will say though is that Karen has been having a hard time with accountability. And that first one is this little bullshit, and the girls fuck with you and you fuck with them back. I'll let you slide all day. But when it comes to you having a problem with your alcoholism and not wanting to take accountability, that's a problem. Because if you can't be real with yourself about your issue, then it's only going to get worse, as we've seen. So I hope you're being serious and taking this seriously. But I also want to say, when it comes to like your parents, I want to tell you to get the fuck over it. Like, you had your parents for longer than I had my daddy, and you don't get to use that as an excuse to put other people's lives in danger, and you don't get to use that as an excuse to ruin your own fucking life. You obviously are a comfortable lush that doesn't know how to get an Uber or stop fucking drinking. You are out of control and you need to get yourself together. But if you blame your deceased parents ever again, I'm going to drag the absolute dog shit out of you, because you are 61 years old. Them people were supposed to die before you. Everybody, listen to me. I know y'all don't like to hear this, but if it's done right, your parents are supposed to die before you. Ruining your life because of it is stupid. And obviously at this point, it's a scapegoat. Stop it.
Karen Karen did what we all expected her to do for the most part, which was the lack of accountability. When they asked her if she had an issue with alcohol, she didn't even want to acknowledge that. I hate when she tries to put stuff on her kids. That is so annoying. Whenever some ladies would say stuff to her, she'll always come back and be like, "Oh, well, you guys, Ray feels offended. My kids feel that's how you feel. Stop that." When Andy says that he thinks that is good, Karen's going to return as Karen and not as the grand dame, meaning she's going to put the facade away. I'm like, you really believe that? We talking about a woman that likes to operate in her perfectness. Like she's
Yep.
never wrong. She's right and all things. Like everything is like Karen's, she's coming back as the grand dame. That's just what it is. I think she was messed up in my personal to like not even acknowledge Wendy for how she showed up for her just this season alone. When all you've been talking about the entire season was we're going to see who has my back and this, that, and the other. And Wendy
I want
actually
to
was
see
a
who the real
person.
soldiers are.
She had
And
your
you didn't
back
deserve it. You didn't deserve for Wendy to have your back because you really
at
haven't really
all.
had Wendy's back like that. But somebody brought up a good point in the comments about Karen about to be on that the new black soap opera. Girl, my mama didn't told me about it at least 2
I
or
heard
3
about that.
times. So I'm gonna have to save it because
What
she
is
was
it,
like,
Beyond the Gates or something like that?
yeah, behind the gates.
Behind the
And
gates. Yeah.
Karen is supposed to be on there in some capacity. That's another thing that's gonna make me feel like she's not really gonna learn the lesson because to me, being on I don't know how what her part is on there, but that type of job will make you feel like you don't need to make any changes because you got that opportunity.
Nene. That's what
Mm,
happened to Nene when she was on
yes.
Glee. When
Yep.
she went
Mhm.
on Glee and Broadway, it was no stopping her. But what was also more annoying was Giselle and them. And they were like, "Do y'all think it's good?" And everybody was like, "Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing that she's in rehab. Oh my gosh." And I'm like, y'all,
Ass kissers.
it, yes. It is like, ooh, ooh. I just gagged like getting ready to say what I was gonna say. Do y'all know what I was gonna say?
Tell me.
This is a reunion where I think Robin would have been valued.
If they bring her back next season, she's definitely gonna be valued because she gonna wear Karen ass out for sure. At least that's what I would want
This
to believe for a portion. Um, I also wanted to highlight when it came to Karen going to the White House. I don't think she went in support of Wendy. In all honesty, I
mm-mm.
think she went in an effort to make herself look good with what all has happened with the case or whatnot. You know, with the DUI. You know, just another notch of I'll be at the White House, yada yada yada. Same way she threw that event, and Giselle was like, "What are you getting honored for? You reached out to
Right.
them for that." So yeah, Karen, you fake. And I feel like I've been seeing that about Karen for many a years, but people just love Karen down. So I feel like everybody has their season though. So here we are. She's having hers.
Well, I put it in the comments. Behind the Gates is the soap opera, the all black soap opera that's coming out. It starts February 24th, which I believe is Monday. And it's gonna be on CBS and it's gonna be on at 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. And I'm low-key gonna watch, and I'm gonna watch in the vein of my grandmother would have loved this. Because my grandmother loved her a soap opera back in the day, girl. We used to watch from The Price is Right to Young and
Yeah.
the Restless, to The
Mhm.
Bold and the Beautiful, to The Guiding Light, to As the World Turns, bitch. Like we was on that one channel the whole day. I feel like the Golden Girls used to come on that same channel in Jeopardy right before. Girl, listen, I'm too old. But
That's where they
anyway,
got my brother name from, a soap opera.
Hmm.
yeah,
Jason. And then they said the rest of our names came from other TV shows too. Like A Different World. They start,
yeah,
Oh
Jaleesa.
yeah.
yeah. And Jasmine.
That
And
makes sense.
then yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna watch it because my mama keep reminding me to watch it. And if it's good, I might do a little old lady daytime talk, for the clans update. I might give y'all
Right.
I may talk to y'all about it, bitch. We gonna see if it give.
We gonna see. Whew, okay. Where are we at now? I have two cards in my hand. Two TV shows. I'm trying to figure out what order we want to talk about it in. I have Love and Marriage Huntsville in one hand. I
Mhm.
have Married to Medicine in the other hand.
Love and Marriage Huntsville, Married to Medicine.
Okay. That's what I was thinking too. Okay.
Let's
All
do it.
right. Do us a favor and like the video real quick. Okay. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Um, this is what I have been holding on and what I've been wanting to tell y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I have a strong feeling that this episode was edited the fuck out of up until last week, and we were never supposed to get that much airtime talking about Kiki. I think the airtime was supposed to be about the bullshit, and
Mm.
because they didn't want to talk about the grooming bullshit, they finally decided to address Kiki and dedicated more time to her than what we probably would have gotten. Because I feel like why why didn't you address it on the show? I'm not understanding. It's so many,
I
even on
enjoyed
social
both last
media.
segments. Like the Stormy segment and Kiki's segment both felt like, is this how this was supposed to go?
Mm.
I don't think so. It felt like filler. It felt
Mhm,
like a way to deflect from the bullshit that's going on with the
mhm.
whole grooming word and Mel. It just felt very, I don't know. I'm not understanding. We had been asking for them to address Kiki, and finally y'all address her at the end. It was very weird. But outside of them doing the Kiki dedication, they talked about Trisha, Ken, and Martell. They have a conversation about what really happened,
Mm-hmm.
and Trisha says, "No, no, I never, no, I had no idea. No." She just, denies that anything ever happened. And Martell makes a joke that they had sex, which I think the joke was the truth.
Me too.
What you think it was?
Oh, I think they fucked. There's no doubt about it. She was
For
shaking her
sure.
head yes as she was saying no, which is a clear
Mm-hmm.
sign that you're lying. She was like, did you ever sleep with Martell? No. Like, come on,
She did
girl.
do that.
No.
No.
Like,
And
yeah,
also, that was the widest I think we've ever seen her open her mouth. So we know she was lying.
yes.
Mm.
The funny shit though, outside of the reunion, the stuff that I've been hearing that's been going on with that little portion.
Mm.
Um, so first of all, I was watching Diana Rose, and Diana Rose said Trisha sent her DMs between Trisha and Marquez because Marquez got up there on Queen Sheba and did an interview and has been talking to people and providing evidence of something. Like I
Mm.
don't know what the evidence is supposed to be of what that she filed for divorce and didn't and said that y'all didn't have children. Y'all have one child that's an adult, the son, and then y'all have the teenage girl who definitely don't want to live with you. So I guess, when she filed the paperwork for divorce, she didn't put the children on there. But
Oh
the
damn.
story is that she called Marquez over to the house. Ken ends up beating Marquez's ass. And then Marquez sends her a whole bunch of text messages, low-key threatening to kill, to unalive her. Saying that he wished that she was unalive like her mom, sister, and dad were. Like it was bad.
Terrible.
He was like, if I could, I would unalive you. Like he was just saying all kind of crazy shit to her.
And
And
he seemed real dark. His soul it just seems so fucking
Mhm.
dark. And you can see it in his eyes.
yes. So that's been going on. And I just kind of feel like he's crazy. I feel like he's a less and I don't even know how you could be like this, but I feel like he and Martell are very alike. But Martell is more in control of himself than
Is it?
Marquez is. He is,
I
and I
think
don't know
so,
how.
for sure.
I don't know
He
how.
actually comes across as more smart.
Yes, like he knows how to pull back at certain moments that
Yeah.
Marquez does not know. Like Marquez
Yeah,
seems to
because he was
not have.
quiet as fuck last episode. You
Listen,
right. Yeah.
Marquez doesn't have any self-awareness. Also, I noticed that, Martell is charismatic. When you
Mhm.
first meet Martell, you could possibly not know how dumb he is sometimes. But with Marquez, I feel like as soon as you meet him, he has word vomit. Like he's just everything,
Hmm.
whatever's going on, he's throwing it at you. So to me,
Yeah.
that shows that he's slightly in less control of
He's
himself
all
than
over the
Martell is.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he is.
and then honestly, I was like, I know everybody want to try to act like Ken is bad and all of that, and he might be, but we don't have any real evidence of that. What I
Mm-mm.
do see is that if Marquez got his ass beat by Ken, I would low key wonder what was said and done beforehand. I wouldn't just think
Oh, he
it.
deserved it.
Yeah, I would feel
For
that way.
sure.
Uh huh.
For sure. He
Mhm.
deserved it. There's no question about that.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
He was
somebody
ready to
said
fight at the reunion.
he was when he got up. First of all, The flowers. Did anybody notice? Because at first, when they did that shit, it made it seem like he came there with flowers, but Carlos
Yeah.
took the flowers up off the table and gave it to him. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that?
And then he said, I got real flowers for you after this.
She is not finna date you, dude. That's
And,
dead.
but then he keeps saying, let's talk business. Why do you keep approaching her romantically and then say, let's talk bit?
Because that's the way to get her.
Yeah.
Just like Ken said, the way Martell used working out to get Trisha,
Mm-hmm.
they was telling on themselves. I don't care. Like, to me, I almost feel like y'all are doing exactly what the psychologists say. When you really don't want to lie, because it's hard to lie, you find a way to tell the truth. You either say it and act like it's a joke,
Yes.
or you omit shit and add a little bit more every time we talk about it. We find out something new, aka Trisha in her tight jaw.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all got any comments on the Kiki dedication?
One thing.
Thought it was nice, I guess.
I feel
Acknowledge
like
her. I'm glad they acknowledged her because I was like, damn, y'all not gonna do it this season. So I'm glad they didn't let the season end without them acknowledging her.
Yeah.
one thing, and I'm about to be messy. Y'all gonna hate me for it if you want to, but Tisha and Marceau should be ashamed of themselves that Stormy had to offer to pay for that fucking funeral.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
You see how quick they were to thank her.
Mm-hmm. And that's cute and all of that, but I would have gave the bitch her money back.
Mm.
I would have been like, you ain't have to do that. Even if he didn't know he couldn't call me and ask me, I'll do it. Anything you gave him, I'll give you your money back. Because the only reason I feel like that is because that was your fucking family. That was your family. And both of y'all are on this show and you calling yourself a rich wife. Why the fuck would your people need to ask or take anything from Stormy, who really likes to throw her money around, as a tool to bolster herself, which I ain't mad about because I'm the same type of bitch. So please, please throw that money around. I ain't mad at you, but I recognize it's also an ego thing sometimes. Like, it makes you feel good to be able to pay for shit for people.
Right.
Not always just about them. So that's why I recognize, like, low key, when she be doing shit like that, what that's really about for her. So that's why when I was looking at Tisha and all, I was just like, y'all really raggedy as fuck. Like, in my mind, that's what I was thinking looking at Tisha and Marceau. Like, y'all raggedy because nobody else should have on that show should have been paying for Kiki's funeral, but y'all, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, even if they all went in on it, that would have been a better look.
Yeah.
The castmates going in on it.
Well, I
Right.
don't know if Tisha and them had it. Didn't Marceau trip about $100 with Stormy because she didn't pay for that boo?
And you know what? That I will accept. But they out here acting like they got it like that.
They do, because you definitely was right about that rich wife for sure.
He did trip
For
about $100.
sure. Child, that's crazy. I thought that was nice of Stormy to do. I mean, if Carlos would have never said, then I would have never known that she did it. Yeah, that was sweet.
No, everybody talked about it on social media. I remember.
I still definitely feel like it was a power play, but it was.
It was.
Nice.
Y'all think it was a power play to pay for somebody's funeral?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it would have been a power play if she would have announced it, did it and announced it.
But you ain't gotta announce it. Sometimes just doing it for people is enough because it lends to your overall, your overall thing.
How did people find out though? That's the question.
Oh, I didn't know
knew
about
before
it
this happened.
This is my
I
first
heard.
time hearing about it when I saw Carlos mention it.
I feel like
didn't
I
know
heard
anything
about it before that.
Yeah, I heard about it on social media. Everybody was talking about it.
And listen,
yeah, no.
just to be clear, when I say it's a power play, that does not take away from the fact that it's still something very nice to do for somebody, and nobody has to do anything like that. So I don't want anybody to like misunderstand me, but I do feel like when you are somebody that throws money around in order to make people like you, that throws money around in order to bolster your ego, that throws money around in order to prove a point to people, then throwing money at something is definitely a way to make yourself kind of stand above everybody else.
I just thought her and Kiki ended up getting really close and could relate
were.
to the
They were.
the stuff. What was it?
But her friend was on drugs and
Yeah.
was on drugs. I
So
feel
I
like
figured
all of that was
like
genuine.
she said, she didn't know about their financial things. So I don't know. I
I
just
feel
thought
like
different.
everything she said was genuine. Please don't misunderstand me. When she said she felt like it was on her spirit to do that, it was really because, bitch, I buy hoes Gucci bags who I don't really like that. And I just want to
Right.
get on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to make them hoes like me and shut up. I'm going to buy you something you can't afford to get for yourself. I'm the same type of bitch, y'all. If I had Stormy money, I would do the same type of shit. That's why I know what she doing, because I would do the same shit. And in my mind, yes, it would be about doing something nice, but it will also about leaving this motherfucker, letting y'all know that I'm making more money than all y'all. I'm gonna pay for the funeral
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
what
gonna leave the show. Yeah.
it was. I'm the highest paid TikTok live person ever. So
Yes.
it was nothing for me to pay for the funeral, even though I wanted to do it. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it was she was disingenuous with it,
Right.
Mhm.
It
but it
just
more so
means
like it was nothing. But also at the same breath, it should have been nothing for Carlos, nothing for Tisha and Marcel. So I think that's all she was saying. I ain't mad at her for it.
no, not at all.
I didn't
Not-
want to do the show no more. I'm paid regardless. It was
So
nothing.
what was a y'all still ain't shit
Right.
Yes.
type mom now?
And my
Yes.
waist is on zero.
Listen, although I did not like that, I ain't gonna lie. I was
Girl.
like the top versus where we at right here. I feel like you can't
Girl.
breathe. I'm uncomfortable.
Why are you saying what I was
No.
thinking too though? Like, I ain't lying. The dress was
No.
fire. The
No, it
hair
was.
was fire. She
Agreed.
looked
She looked good. But when
in
she was
general,
walking
she
out,
looked beautiful.
and we had to look at the top versus what that shit, I was like, yeah, that's some surgery for your ass, bitch. You can't do nothing about
No.
that fat up on your shoulders. Like,
Okay.
No.
That don't go nowhere. It don't
no,
go nowhere.
I wouldn't broadcast. I do shit for people all the time from a space of wanting to be a good person. But to me, the way to not be boisterous about it is to not be talking about it all the time. You just do shit just to do shit. But yeah, nah, I definitely, I understand Stormy. I understand her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like even though like I don't agree with some of the shit she do or how she be, I still like her and want her to win. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
because I get it. Like I would want to be on my farm too, bitch. Like I, I would want to make my money and be on my farm and not have to deal with you weird ass, raggedy assholes on a reality show either, bitch.
Okay. Last thing for Love and Marriage Huntsville that I wanted to get into was I don't know if both of y'all saw it. We kind of talked about it a little bit in the chat. Was Lexi's YouTube video talking about the Fletchers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we find Lexi is doing this kind of as a part of her healing, is
Mhm.
kind of how she expresses it. And it seemed like she really is. It didn't seem like she was after anybody because it seemed like she was making fair points. She just wants to give us a point of view of where she came from. Even though the episode that we saw her last season, she said was 2 years ago. She said it's been 2 years since we saw her walk out of that house with her and her white husband.
Mm.
So anyway, she explains.
Bitch, I forgot her husband was white.
Yeah, I won't forget. Because to
Yeah.
me, I
Yeah.
felt like that was a signifier to show how detached she was from her black daddy. No
Mm.
shade at all. But when I see people and they like naturally, and when you look at psychology, you attracted to people who look like you. And
This is
you might hit it off with somebody who don't look like you. That happens all the time. But her being detached from the daddy and her also having a white husband, yeah, that was enough for me. So anyway, she explains the backstory of her relationship with Nell, and she ends up revealing that he left her mama for Nell. Nell had her kids; they was around the same age. They end up starting a family. He ends up leaving Nell for another woman. She don't know what's going on. The daughter doesn't know what's going on. She just knows her dad isn't around, and Nell is super upset, super angry, and cussing people out in public and all this stuff.
Mhm.
Chris ends up coming back after breaking up with a lady who had a family. And basically, that was around that time, Nell had never really forgiven Chris for leaving their family for someone else. And that is when she experienced a lot of the mistreatment. So I believe everything she's saying, but the only thing I got from this video was that it's actually super interesting that he has a pattern of leaving families. You left Lexi's mama, who you had a family with, for Nell, started a family with her, left Nell, started this temporary family with another lady, only to come back to Nell. So those types of things are interesting, especially whenever you think about the 30-year anniversary that they just went
Yeah.
through. And you always think, damn, they done been through some shit. And damn, they really have been through some shit. So that's really it. She says she don't have any ill will towards them, but they're just not really in her life anymore. So what did you think about the video of Lexi?
Um, I thought that it was good that she wanted to express herself. It made me think slightly a bit of Ashley Braxton wanting to, like, use that her platform for healing and stuff. And whenever you're trying to heal and speak your truth and what you experience is never good. So I can imagine how loud Nell was yelling in the home once she saw that she was doing this video, because Nell has been so adamant that she was never a side chick. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was good. I feel like there were even times that she wasn't even trying to like fully bash Mel. I think there was something that she said. I can't remember what it was, but she wasn't trying to like, be really rude, about her. She was just trying to
Right.
tell a story. So I think that was,
She talked about feeling
fine.
sorry for her because of how the dad was treating her. And if she had to go through the same thing Nell had to go through,
Mhm.
as far as her husband leaving her to raise what, 3 kids by herself for 18 months, she was saying how that would have been hard for her too. So she was
This
showing Nell a lot
comment.
of compassion. Makes me think she was trying to keep Mel and Martell together since Martell did what Chris did. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's the
Exactly.
reason why Mel doesn't see her as a mentor now versus how she felt then.
Because
I
it's
think
like you chose your road and you
right.
lived with what you lived with. Everybody ain't got to do that shit.
And I think she respected her more before she realized that they knew what was going on. I think everybody acted like they had no idea what the fuck was going on. But once you talking to these women and they low key know and they ain't never said nothing, like the way I'll never forget the way Nell responded to Chris being the coochie go getter for
For
Martell.
Trish.
Yeah, the way she responded, like, so that's something y'all do often. The way she kept her cool, the way she kept her cool made me feel like not only does he do this often where you have to check him, but now you have to check him in a calm manner to get the right answer out of him versus popping
Ooh,
off and going off on him like
say
that
that.
should have, like you would think she would go off about that, but she didn't.
And she said, you remember whenever he said, "Oh, well, I don't want to say anything about that." And she turned to him and under her breath, she said, "You better say all of it. You
Mhm.
better tell all of it."
Because Martell
And he
said,
did.
"Don't answer," and she said, "You better fucking answer." Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes. And he
Yeah.
did because he's scared of her. Because that's the thing, not really scared, but he knows how
She'll
to
fly.
operate her mentally.
And
You
he
know
knows
she
he
gonna
needs
get
her
pissed off
too.
a little bit. Yes. Yes. It's the thing about okay, that's one thing I wanted to address. Lexi said that Neil was telling everybody that he wasn't making no fucking money, that it was just her. So I
Mhm.
wonder if he wasn't making no money selling real estate or whatever he was doing at that time, and she was holding everybody down with the daycare.
She was.
I believe I can see definitely.
It sounded like she had some good friends that helped her get on her feet after he left her. Cause she said when they got back together, they was living with some friends. Like it was another couple and they kids, and they was all in one house until they was able to get on their feet and get into another house. And I think that's when she started making a lot of money. But I also want, like, my question was, were you lying about the child support or was he lying about the child support? Meaning, did you think you were giving him money for child support and you really weren't? Or were you just saying that shit because you didn't want to have to do anything for Lexi? Because you felt like that's going above and beyond for him and you didn't already did enough.
I think that's what it was.
Mm.
The latter.
Yeah. And I feel like that's fucked up because that's not Lexi's fault that her dad is a whore and you took him back. So how dare you allow that to that's what another thing I didn't like. The way Lexi was explaining it, it was almost like she took him back, but she was still mad. Like, what you
She
took him
was.
back for? If you
She
were
was.
still gonna be mad, what did you take him back for? I don't get it.
Because she had too many kids. I'm gonna
Mm,
simplify it for you. It's because she had too many kids and she had already taken in her niece at the
yeah,
time.
you're right.
So that's why. And I feel like that's what they were trying to project onto Mel. You got 4 kids with this man. Why
Stay.
would you leave? Who's gonna want you before kids?
Mm.
And you know, that's what the old hoes say. But you know, well, you find every now and again there's an old hoe with 4 or 5 kids that was able to move on like Maya anytime she felt like it. I have seen them in real life. So don't let nobody tell you that a man ain't gonna want you with this kid or this many kids. That's a lie. That is a lie.
Shawnee moved on a few times.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Any other comments on Love and Marriage Huntsville?
No, but I would have paid money to see the video of Nell going to the side chick house and beating her up.
Oh, she beat that lady up. God, no.
That's what Carlos made a comment about. Oh, don't beat me up, Mel. Don't come. I mean, Nell, don't come to my house and beat me up. He made a comment like that.
Mm.
That made me know that she had done some shit like that. And then when Lexi said that, you know, that's the reason why she cursed Nell out in front of the cameras, because she knew that that was the only thing protecting her from Nell beating her ass. I was like, I won't see that little bitch beat somebody. I
Mm.
want
Lord
to
have
see it.
mercy, Neil.
I don't
Yeah, I know
believe it,
Neil can turn up.
but I want to see it. Pay money. Do you hear me? I'd pay money.
She will turn up the volume for sure.
Oh yeah, the way she was screaming at Martell, you stop screaming in my goddamn ear.
No, for real.
All she needs is a pack of cigarettes and a Coca-Cola. Okay.
Not a pack of cigarettes. I'm hollering.
That's all she needed.
Yes.
Mm.
I work on my nerves out here.
I mean,
All
she
right,
has a
y'all.
raspy voice, and I mean, not all people that smoke has that, but it does make me
might-
question
she
if
might
she's,
have.
yeah,
Every now and again, break out them Virginia Slim menthol lights.
stressed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see them making her do that.
Okay.
And taking smoke breaks outside of the daycare and then coming back inside and holding people's babies.
Yeah.
You could tell a bitch that was back in the 80s and the 90s had a leather coin purse cigarette holder. Y'all know how you clip the shit- leather. You
With
clip
the
the
two
shit
little
gold.
balls on
Yes.
top. And you, yeah.
Yes. Oh Lord.
Oh gosh.
I love the 90s, man.
Okay. Time to get into Married to Medicine. So, two things that I wanted to discuss. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the fight between Greg and King, and that tweet that I saw when they said Greg throwing his hands up was really a signal asking for help.
It
Yeah.
was.
Come help me. This nigga about to
Help
fuck me.
And you
Literally,
push
that
her
nigga
as
screamed
far
help.
as you want to. You take her as far as you want to take her.
You
Like
wanna know. Come
help,
back. Cecil.
help.
Curtis.
Help. Help me,
Help.
please. He was definitely, that nigga was seeking help for sure. And you know, can I just say while we on that, I really was like, I wasn't featuring Greg nor King. And I'm just like,
Right.
why are you trying to act hard when the people come and I figured you'd be like that? Because that's how your girl is. And I'm just like, what? Like, why would you wait till the people come in? Then the people come in. King took off his shirt, and I'm just like, do you not know how much space and opportunity both of y'all just had? When
Thank
he
you,
had his
Jamie.
arms out, you could have slapped this man and punched. That would have been
They
perfect.
could have been done for.
But I'm just like, child, go ahead now.
Especially when King
ahead.
walked over there. You could tell from the first thing King said that he didn't want to fight. You could tell that it was all about, it was a dick measuring contest. He came over and said, that thing from yesterday, I'm gonna let that shit slide.
Yeah.
No, if you was a real one, you wouldn't let shit slide
Just
about
like-
me.
And it wouldn't have been on camera. It wouldn't have been on.
Okay.
That's what I said. It wouldn't have been on camera. That check, because he was trying to threaten him, but the threat, in order for it to really be real and him to not bitch up, meant you needed to get him off camera. You need to get him off camera and not around the other men. Because as soon as he see cameras of other men, he gonna do his little extra bitch shit, that little high voice that he got. What you gonna do, man? That's the girl, huh?
And I know how your girl is.
That right there,
They
I
just
know
don't
how
get
your
like
girl is. That you might as well say, I didn't fuck your old lady. Like
I
that.
know your girl insides like I
Yeah.
know her outsides.
and still, you ain't felt it enough, nigga. 15
Oh
times
my
a
God.
week.
I hate it.
You ain't never got the coochie like I got the coochie, nigga. I promise you.
And that's what it is. Because I know how your girl is.
I'd have hit him
know what
hard.
she
I'd
like.
have been fucking that nigga's feelings up the way. That's why I wasn't mad at Quiet. Because I was like, at the end of the day,
Hell no.
Quiet that was the time. That was the moment. I've been drinking. Y'all asking us these questions. He's sitting back here staring at the back of my fucking head. I'm gonna give it to him, baby. I'm gonna give it to him. I wasn't mad.
No, I wasn't mad at Quad. I just felt like she did make herself, in my opinion, look like a fool. But I didn't care how Gregory felt, Haki, because you thought you was gonna be able to bring tea on this show, parade this girl in front of this woman. It was kind of like, to me, what Dr. Heavenly was trying to do with Phaedra, and Phaedra kind of like
Mhm.
It was the
played your
exact same
ass.
thing.
Mhm.
It
It
was
was
the
like
exact
the
same
same
thing.
thing. And it's like, you
Mhm.
can't do that because she got a man. Like, you thought you was gonna be the only person that can have a partner? And it's
Right.
weird because it also gives a bit of tit for tat for both of them. And it's
Right.
like, yeah, y'all need to go heal some more. Because even King acknowledged that, like the fact that she's not over, what happened in her past marriage. He was saying something like it's still like an issue, but he's trying to be patient with her or something. He was saying to one of the guys after the altercation. So you could tell it's something that
I
she
think that
needs
that's
to get
only
some
because
healing from.
they on this show together. I think if they weren't on this show together, then she wouldn't even be talking, or there would be no reason for you to feel like there was something to heal from. But
That's true. I think that go both ways. I think that's true.
this is the thing that I was feeling though when it came to Dr. Gregory and what King was feeling. You've already put your hands on her, and the way you talk to her make me feel like that might be the next step. So I need to let you know that that's not going to go down. To me, that's what that felt like. Because the way Dr. Gregory talks sometimes, like the shit that he says, it's the stuff that somebody says when they know they can get one up on you. Like as a man, he gonna talk to a woman crazy, but he not gonna talk
Mhm.
to a man like that if he's actually scared he gonna get his ass whipped. So that's why I felt like King really needed to raise up on Dr. Gregory, because
Mhm.
Dr. Gregory was taking way too many allowances. And another thing is, I felt like Dr. Gregory might not have been saying as much, but he was doing it with his body language. When he got up and walked over to King real fast, to me, you were trying to intimidate him and you were looking for him to move, but he stood there and did not move when you walked up on him. But it was like at least 2 times where I felt like Lyric would have probably smacked you already, or at least said, like,
Done
I
it
don't
when
know
they
who
was
you
on the
talking
beach
to.
arguing, playing the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Like it should have
But
happened
that's
then.
why I think what happened after that night, because King was really quiet when they was arguing the first
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that night they went to the hotel room. Quad had to remind King of all the abuse that she had endured with Greg. Then the next day he was like, "Okay, I gotta check his ass," and that's what it was.
Because he initiated it. I feel like King wasn't even trying to fuck with him like that until he made it be known. I mean, all I said was that she talked too fucking much
He
and
was wrong
laughed.
for that.
Well, you feel like Greg initiated it? I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
G.
I feel like he was acknowledging that, like, I ain't mean no disrespect. I haven't been welcoming of the group, welcoming you into the group. I just feel like he was acknowledging how he has been acting, but where he fucked up just a bit for me was just saying all I did was tell her to shut the fuck up. And it's just like I felt how the guys felt when they was like, ah, damn, you said quiet, talk too much, your ass talk too much too. You didn't even have to say that. All you had to do was just accept the fact that you
It was
acknowledging the behavior before. Just
yeah.
let it go. You
It
didn't
was
even have to say that piece.
that he could have let it go, and he didn't. It was like he was trying to test King to see if he was gonna be able to bitch him up, basically.
Yeah,
I
To me.
didn't really get it as that because when he got up for me, I was watching how he approached him and the words he was saying. He was like, "Hey man, look, man, if I would have known you like that, I would have approached you. But I didn't know you like that." When he got up, he had a cigar in his right hand. He
Mhm.
switched it to his left. He
Mhm.
put his hand up like this before editing cut to a different view from King's perspective. And it was like he was about to dap King up. But yes, King wasn't fucking with him out the gate. That is
You know
fact.
why?
Because King had his hand up, like, nah, nigga, I'm not finna dap you.
I
And
felt
Gregory noticed that motion, like, oh shit, this nigga don't fuck with me.
it was two things. First of all, the way you got up and walked over him quickly, you was trying to test him a little bit to see if he was gonna jump back. First of all. Second of all, you was trying to get him to do the bros before hoes thing. I picked that up too.
yeah.
I
I
think
felt
now that, yes, when he sat up there and said what he said, like, all I did was tell her to shut the fuck, or she
yeah,
talked too fucking
like
much. And it's like, that's
he
not
he wanted him to join in on that sentiment. And if King would have been like, yeah, she do be doing too much, then it would have all been cool. But
Mhm.
because, like you said, Niecy, King probably has had this rundown of what has happened. Because to me, if I'm thinking about it like a man that has abused a woman, I would have checked that nigga the day before, because the way he talked,
that's when he should have had the conversation.
Right.
1000%.
yeah,
Absolutely.
That's when he should have talked
But
to him
that wasn't on the
immediately.
forefront. You could tell something
Yes.
else was on the forefront of his mind when he felt like whatever conversation they had was on the forefront, and he had to go check him.
I
he
said
initiated
it was definitely giving every night I got to fight to prove my love. It was giving not necessarily as eloquent as Niecy put it, but in my head, it was like, don't you let that nigga whatever it was she got in his head, and he needed to
Yes.
prove either that, or I felt like it was producers that was like, this is a great time to talk to Gregory, like all this commotion, go over there and have a conversation with him. So he definitely to me was giving
had
off,
to.
I need to prove something to somebody, and it's just like you really don't. Like your
In my
presence is
mind, yes.
enough. Like you don't
It's
have to
enough.
do
'Cause
anything
he
extra. You're already a threat.
I feel
exactly.
y'all on that, but as a nigga, in my spirit, Gregory tried it a little bit too much when they were on
Oh
that
yeah,
beach.
because he was
Mhm.
verbal.
Yes.
So
So
if
when
somebody with me, you need to be verbal back.
you doing both, when you think about the night before and
Uh-huh.
the way it kind of seemed like he kept playing, because at first it was cool, but then I just told her to shut the fuck up because she talked too goddamn much. Dude, you really
He was
driving
talking
me
to
home.
him like he was all the other guys that he may say that to.
But everybody else picked it
Just
up that this wasn't the right thing to do. Cause who that was? Cecil. Cecil was like,
right.
bruh. Like Curtis was like, bruh. So even Eugene, listen, wait.
But he just thought I don't know why he thought that's interesting too. Cause it's like why would you think you're in a comfortable space at that time now to say that? Like that was just so stupid.
Because at the beginning of the conversation, King was saying to the other men, thank y'all for welcoming me. And so he jumped in and was like, well, I really wasn't welcoming you. My bad, because I didn't really know you like that. That's how the whole conversation started off. He wasn't even really talking to him. He was talking to the
Correct.
other men. And so I feel like Dr. Gregory was kind of like inserting himself in that moment. And everybody was like, it's uncalled for, but you did it. So once that all of the turmoil happened, I feel like he was trying to run up on him when he didn't have an opportunity to have backup, because all of the other men were occupied with the heavenly, sweet tea situation.
With I think I know why he did. Now as we're talking about it, why he did go on to say that, and it still was out of place to me. After welcomed him, Eugene, Dr. G says, yeah, I haven't been so welcoming or whatever. King says, I get it. You guys have a past. I'm not trying to rehash the past. When he said that, I think Dr. G thought, okay, he ain't trying to rehash the past. Okay, so I could kind of like just express to him how I'm feeling, yada, yada. And it just was the time. It was wrong. I just don't think that wasn't it.
But it was the
That
same
wasn't
thing
it,
he
dog.
did to me. It was the same shit he did to T when they was in a room and he started laughing at her, talking about, I'm expecting you to be a grown adult,
Right.
mature woman.
He said, I don't know how I can
That was
expect you
stupid
to
to
be.
say when you just showed your own ass. So how do you expect her to handle something better and you didn't? That was dumb as hell.
Exactly. But that's his lack of self-awareness. And he really put that shit on Sweet Tea. Sorry, I'm about to say Lovely Tea. He put that shit on Sweet Tea. To me. Letitia, Tanisha, whatever her name is. He put that shit on her. And to me, it wasn't even about her. Like her and Choir wasn't going back and forth. You and Choir was going back and forth.
Yep.
She was trying to stop you and Choir from getting into it. And as soon as she said something, it was like he used her as an opportunity to act like she was doing too much.
He
And then it's
definitely
on
said
her.
to her what he knew he couldn't really say to Quad. You be good. You be good. You be good. Child.
Well,
So he
that's
did
why
say
it
to Quad, we
benefits
don't give
him
a
to
fuck
be
what
with
you
someone
think.
younger.
Say what?
It benefits him to be with someone younger. That's why I'm with Quad when Quad said, I think she is the perfect match for my ex-husband. I think
Exactly.
she is too. I
He was
honestly
taking
think she
shade,
is too.
but
I
it was
think that was
true. It was shade, but it was also true.
for sure.
Yes.
It definitely was shade. Cause I'm like, Quad,
And you
fuck
can't
them
fuck me
people.
with
They
time.
behind you. He in your rear view. I wouldn't give a damn who the fuck with him. And I ain't playing in no goddamn shower. Fuck you.
I think she was
Let me
drinking
read
and
these
she was
two.
on her
She
shit
was
with
drunk
that
as
one.
fuck. She
Uh-huh.
was.
She was. Thank you for the super chat, Allie Good. I love listening to you guys on Thursday nights. You guys are so relatable. Thank you. Thank you. And then, yes, Lisa said in the room, I think Quad told King Greg was talking to Sweet Tea. That's why King was shocked when he said he was talking to Quad.
I think there was some confusion because remember Toya and Heavenly was going back and forth. about who he was talking to, because
Okay.
essentially the energy was to both of them. He was telling both of them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he really was.
Fuck up, and he was telling Sweet Tea to shut
And
the
I
fuck
don't
up.
know how King mistook some of that when he was staring the nigga down the whole time. I'm like, because I was like, why the hell he looking like this? But when Heavenly gave
No, for
the
real. Because
backstory, I
King
kind
didn't
of
turn around. He was like this. The
When
whole
you,
time they was
you
arguing.
know why?
yeah, he
He
was like
started
he
it.
looked him in his face.
King started it. King was the first one that said, "Should we say the 15 times a week that it is?" It was King that said that shit. He knew that nigga was going. Cause he a man. You know, saying that you beating you beating this girl pussy out the frame. You knew that nigga was gonna feel away. He been feeling
And
away ever
here
since he fell off that boogie board in the water.
and
Okay.
here I am thinking that he asking because he didn't know if Quad wanted them that deep in their damn business.
Right. Well, I think
It
that's what it
could
was.
be. I mean, it could be both of them.
I think that both couples are on the same type of time.
Yeah.
Meaning, I think Greg got with Sweet Tea because he recognized that she already had made Quad an adversary. I don't care what nobody say, because somebody said, "Oh, I think y'all blow that whole DM thing out of proportion." I don't know how the fuck you can blow out of proportion somebody sliding a coochie in the DMs talking about I can give you what you want to a stranger. I don't know how you think we can blow that out of
That's
proportion.
interesting.
But
That's
to
real
me,
Yeah, that had to be somebody that would have been a fan of the show, watching the
Right.
show,
yes.
Right.
and hopping in the DMs. Like, yeah.
Exactly. And also
Right.
already seeing Quad as somebody you trying to one up. So when both of y'all come back on this show, it's to one up Quad to me. And then you wear
And
the same
yeah,
dress as her. You in the house. You ain't changed shit. You using the sweet and savory name for shit. Like you just doing way too much
I
shit that's
agree.
walking in the footsteps, bitch. Like
I have to agree. In addition to that, I feel like who propped her up in that position to
what's
be
them?
in opposition are your own
Greg.
friends, Quad, which be
Hmm.
killing me how
Oh,
they
her
don't get
friend.
as much smoke. And
It's
they
both.
the ones that was trying to get you off the show.
Yes. And that's how they move,
Mm.
though. That's how they move. That's why I said they always try
Powerpuff
to blame
villains.
Heavenly, but Simone and Jackie and Toya be with the fucking shits. Y'all was with inviting Apollo and Shireen. Y'all was with bringing Sweet Tea and Gregory on there in order to have some discourse with Quad. They always, I feel like, and I watched it back, y'all. In recent times, I have watched it back. They always look down on Quad. First, they saw her as the little country girl that was a hanger on to Mariah. Once she became her own person on this show, then it was like, oh, we could use her against Mariah. Once Mariah was gone, then it was, oh, she not really our friend. We don't really, we gonna pick Dr. Gregory's side over hers. After that, Quad said,
Cause
fuck
he a
y'all.
doctor.
And y'all been holding
Yeah.
Sister Circle against her ever since. But she had every reason to feel like that about you hoes. Because when she was in that house getting dragged, y'all was on that little nigga side. So except for Heavenly. Heavenly was the only one at that reunion show that was on Quad's side during that reunion show. And not only that, everybody was going through like a separation thing at the same time.
Mhm.
And I feel like they really did not support Quad the same way Quad was supporting Simone, the way
Mm-mm.
Quad was trying to support Jackie. Like, and Jackie's hard to support. But essentially, I still feel like Quad was because she hold everything
She.
so close to the vest. But I think Quad really was trying to be there for everybody, and they were not doing the same thing for her. And then when the divorce rolled around, it was like they chose Dr. Gregory and was mad at her because she wasn't telling them every little thing. But it's like, did y'all really give a fuck? Because she
Mm.
said it, but it was like it was not being covered to the same extent. So to me, I feel like they, I know people don't like Quad, and I think that's the only reason why we seeing all of this turmoil because Dr. Gregory is a bitch ass nigga, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm. What y'all think about Phaedra calling that lady bad built
So
bitch?
She
happy,
was right.
so gratifying. It was so gratifying.
I saw online that apparently Phaedra had said it under her breath, which is why we didn't get any reaction from it. Nobody else heard her say it. And when you go back and you watch the scene, it adds up. I wish she would have said it with her chest.
Me too. I wish she would have said more. I wanted her to say more because I don't like Shireen. And I damn sure don't like the way Shireen was talking to her. But I'm going to say this. I don't know, because the way she said it, she was looking right at her when she said
Yeah,
it.
the tone of her
When
voice
she
sound like she said it.
she
And
Yes.
you
said
know
it
what else
under
I
her.
think? I think
They
the
don't
editing
show
was
her
off.
saying it though.
They don't.
Uh-uh.
But I do believe it may have been said because like the time. I think the editing was off a bit because remember earlier on she was like Apollo don't care nothing about you. The
Mhm.
Mhm.
energy was too high, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden she was like, "Hey, Apollo, I told you, Miss Fei Fei, my name ain't Fei Fei, you bad built bitch." So I'm like, okay, I think the Apollo don't care nothing about you came after that moment because maybe Cherie did hear her, even though Heavenly said something about Shireen not hearing her when she said that. Well, if she didn't
Yeah.
hear her when she said that, why would she be going off on Phaedra? What else
She
would have
went
been
off
said?
because Phaedra said to Apollo that part was fluid. Phaedra said to Apollo, "Why do you care who I date? I'm not married to you." Shireen was then offended because it's like, "Oh, he don't give a fuck about you. That's because you don't want him to give a fuck." So that's why Shireen turned up and said, "Apollo don't give a fuck about you." So that
Mm,
part was fluid. That part wasn't edited, but the bad built bitch part, it
mhm.
was because when they played it back, she said something like, "My name ain't Fei Fei." The camera flips to Shireen, and then she says, "You bad built bitch," and nobody reacts.
Mm.
Well, maybe she didn't say it to her. I have to rewatch it.
It
But
looked
let
like
me
she
say
did.
this. I find that to be interesting too. All the energy she had for Phaedra, in addition to, the whole Apollo don't care nothing about you. Because that was around the same time. I believe filming took place around the same time that her and Apollo got into it. And the cops was called or whatever. So maybe she had misplacement of anger.
I think she's always had it out for Phaedra because she was the side chick. So you see yourself in opposition to Phaedra because you was the side chick. You feel like, oh, I got the man because you was the side chick. Like
And
that's
now
basically
you're
it.
getting a divorce from the same man.
Who you moved your
Oh, she getting a
child.
divorce?
Yes, that was
Mhm.
reported what last week that they getting
Yep.
a
Mm.
divorce. She said he abused her, cheated on her, and caused her child mental what distress.
Yeah, something like
Sounds
that.
about right.
And I
Sounds
said,
about
"Bitch,
get away from
you
me with this
fault."
Apollo.
But then you were
Mhm.
so happy to run up behind that man. And that's what I'm saying. Shireen and Sweet Tea are the same person to me. Y'all saw them niggas
I was
on
just
TV.
about to ask you that because I feel like I can see. I like Sweet Tea though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Sweet Tea on the show. I like her individually. Like,
Mhm.
but when it comes to the motive of how she ended up getting with Greg, I I can see the comparison between her and Shireen. I can.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think they like the men and then find the women as like, well, you should have been doing what you was supposed to do to keep that man.
And the
That
men
side
are
chick
abusive.
mentality. Exactly. And the men are
Right.
abusive. And so you didn't fought and windmill to get an abusive nigga from a woman that didn't want him anymore.
I told
Congratulations.
y'all I don't see T being with him much longer. I
I
just
don't think
don't. I think
Hmm.
she's coming into herself a bit. Like she looked super cute
bangs.
on the
Yeah, the
on the Watch
bangs.
What Happens
Mhm.
Live. Like the dress. I don't know what happened up top because her
Look
I
like
don't know.
she
Somebody
lost
said she
weight.
may have gotten another bra, but I don't know. I was wondering if she got a breast reduction, but she looked very nice. And if she can't have that child in them 2 years and Gregory no longer wants the kid and she still does, like she gonna try to hold on to save face to make it appear as though she really cares, but I don't see it.
Me neither. She gonna leave. You could tell. First of all, you could tell she want to be on the show. Because if you really was so upset about it, get your ass off the show. You didn't upgraded your fucking look. You ain't going nowhere. If they
She
offer you a contract back, you coming back.
she
Mhm.
is.
For sure. No
But
And
question.
that
the whole
and
filing,
that should let you know it was always about replacing Quad or being competition with Quad in some type of way. And I know it's a lot of people
I
that
think
don't,
it will be both.
huh?
I think it would be both.
Yeah. But I just mean like it's an add-on. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind
Oh
of
yeah, yeah.
shows
I got
the
you.
way she thinks of herself is in I gotta prove that she not better than me by accomplishing or doing some of the same shit she's done. You not better than me if I got your man and I'm on the same show. I'ma upgrade my
Hmm.
look and you not gonna be better than me. But it's still giving single black female because bitch, you been obsessed with me since before I even knew who you was.
So would y'all think that Quad would be somewhat competing with Greg and T with the fact that Funky said that Quad and King are supposedly trying to have a child as well?
No,
Trying
I
to
don't
see who
think
would have one
she would
first.
have a child to compete. No,
I
that
think
would
she's
be
getting older and she been waiting on the person. And if he feels like the person is like, let's hurry up and do this because my ass ain't getting too younger.
Mhm.
Like that's what I think there's always been kind of a rush for it to be with somebody she really wanted it with. But I don't think it's for competition because I think a lot of us feel like that shit not gonna happen anyway. So what's the point of competing?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hate to say it.
Let me read this super chat from Lisa. Lisa said, all the Golden Girls have an alliance, in my opinion, because they are keeping the drama on Quad and Phaedra and not having to talk about their marriages.
Yep.
Curtis in the DR, Simone and Cecil still mad. Yeah.
I
That's
think
why I said I'm
Simone,
glad Phaedra not coming back. Because
yeah,
now it's gonna be back
back
on
on y'all.
Dr. Mimi. Unfortunately, Quad, they're gonna be back on your ass because King is still a mystery to them. And Contessa, I don't really see them giving Contessa that much work as I see them giving
She
more
don't
of
need to
it
come back.
to Letitia because Letitia has had so much to say online.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Tisha, Dr. Mimi, and back on Quad. And guess what? All of y'all are the younger ones
Mhm.
against the Powerpuff villains for sure. So
Mhm.
Them hoes is mean over there, child. They mean.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
everybody's down for whatever Heavenly be down for. They was happy about all that messy ass shit.
I mean, I did appreciate it a little piece. Now,
Oh
I
yeah.
may have called production out because I say I feel like either you or y'all or Quad got in this man's ear because it was like real weird. If you see him calming his wife down, like you walking up, like it was like you was following him, and I'm like, okay, somebody told King to go have
Yeah,
this
this is the moment.
conversation
Yeah,
now,
it
and
did.
I'm like, I appreciate the entertainment though.
But you know what else
We
though?
thank you.
But you know what else though? In that moment, I wanted him to let go of Sweet Tea anyway because I was like, she's okay. I know I might be the only one that felt like this, but I'm like, I did not feel like Sweet Tea was about to fight nobody. Like to me,
No.
it almost seemed like she was talking her shit, and then when Heavenly fell and then got up, everybody starts kind of moving in between them. But I didn't feel like she was really trying to go after her and fight like that. So to me, when he was holding her and she
Mhm.
kept saying, let me go, let me go. I feel like that was a way to punish her because you're not supposed
Really?
to be responding to nothing. Because y'all, I'm just saying it as somebody that can remember being the person that's actually trying to do shit, and when people are holding you,
Mm-hmm.
it can feel like it can feel like they're trying to calm you, but really it's an agitation.
I
You a
mean, yeah,
psychiatrist.
definitely would get agitated.
You a
But I
psychiatrist.
do feel like even if with letting her go, because she did tell him like I'm good, I'm good. Now sometimes people say that then they get to cutting off and start showing their ass.
But it had been
She
a
didn't
minute.
do that in reaction. So I do feel like at the end of the day, he's trying to check and make sure his wife good. Like King, I'm gonna need you to read the room just a little piece to follow him on the island and then want to have a conversation. It's like I wish Gregory would have told him, let me see about my wife, and
It was all
we could get
right.
back at
It
it.
was
I
over.
was annoyed when Phaedra said, Shaq not gonna let shit happen. Phaedra, please. We
Yeah,
know
no.
that's not your
Where's
fucking man.
where's
Can
security?
you please stop coming to us acting like that's your man? That's not your man.
But
I'm hollering.
also, Sweet Tea, you don't need to be getting involved in nothing between no men. None of y'all.
Simone, too.
Simone,
Simone was the first one.
like, I don't know why y'all
Oh,
do
I
this.
didn't
Let them other men get involved, but you don't need to be the one running up to these men and stop them from doing shit. Let them
trying to
figure
break it
that the
up.
fuck out. Yeah. But to me, it was something about the
She was
way
my
it
man.
was. To me, it felt like a long time of her saying, "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine," and he continuously holding on to her. And it reminded me of what was happening the night before, where he's in her face telling her to stop when really he's the one that's out of control. To me, sometimes it just feels like he likes to reprimand her, and that's what
Mhm.
holding her in place felt like to me for all of that long extended period of time. That shit just kind of started to make me feel claustrophobic. I was like, please let that girl go. But the way she took off running, she's a proud, she's a Marine. Listen,
Oh,
she
she was in the Marines?
I don't know
Yeah.
what
Not Marines. What was
I know
she in?
military, but
yeah,
damn.
no, I'm just saying because of the
She's
commercial. She's a
Oh,
proud.
I'm hollering.
You
She
remember the
definitely
commercial?
stole off the way she snatched away from
she
Phaedra.
said,
Yes. That's another thing.
juked
If
her
I was
ass.
Phaedra, I wouldn't have been trying to hold nobody. Girl, bye. Go ahead. You want to fight? Girl, when
Shaq
Heavenly
not gonna
said
let
that
me
she was
back.
going to fight for Dr. Gregory because he had too much to lose, I said, no, he don't. If he don't know he got too much to lose, he ain't got enough to lose.
Did y'all hear Contessa say that the rumor she heard about him having illegitimate children came from the medical field? She said a
Who?
lot of people in the medical field be talking.
Damon.
Yep,
About Greg?
about
Oh,
Damon.
damn it. About the mixed kids.
Cause y'all
Yes.
know what did I say? If it was somebody, it was a nurse. It was
Oh,
somebody
that's what
that
I
he
was gonna
went to the
say.
hospital with. Yeah.
Because they be sleeping with each other.
Yes.
That profession is
Y'all
the
believe.
profession for the most cheaters ever. The most cheaters, the most divorces will be in the medical field, because medical field and firefighters,
Military.
because they have those rotations where they're not home for days
For
and days
extended
and
periods of
days.
time. And they
You can
always
live,
with their coworkers. And y'all know how
yes,
it is when you got your work husband and your work wife and you only work an 8-hour day, bitch. Just think of somebody that you be with for 15, 16 hours at a time.
So y'all think that's
right.
why Damon left the emergency? Was he an emergency doctor? Because
Ooh.
he's not in the same hospital. Y'all think that's why he had left?
It could be a possibility. He really was getting too old to still be in the ER, but knowing Damon, it would take something like that to remove him from a job that he felt a lot of satisfaction in, and he likes to be the savior. So I think he will only leave ER if he was either like extremely stressed or was running from something.
Because
Yeah, no,
Contessa
I ain't
said
even
it
looked at it.
very confidently,
Yeah.
like,
Because
I'm
I
not
got
changing
the
my mind.
receipts,
Like,
baby.
shut. Nah, I got the
Listen,
receipts.
and he's a Q dog. That's another thing I will never forget, that he pledged Q, right? Like, I don't know many faithful Qs. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Well,
Like, I just don't. And maybe when they get older, but I also feel like, and I've said this in the past, that Heavenly used to do shit that made me feel like, to us, to everybody watching, it was like pick me, daddy, daddy, daddy. But if you
Mhm.
really was looking at it, it was meant to make him feel uncomfortable because he felt
Mm.
uncomfortable. And that's his wife. You know, whatever you say that's gonna make him feel uncomfortable. That's
Mhm.
right, daddy. Whatever
she was
you want.
trolling him.
Yes, on some level, I would feel like whoever he cheated on her with must have been that type of personality, and so she will always kind of be like, "Daddy," and whatever you want, and do all of that because that's the type of bitch you wanted, right? That's the type of bitch you was cheating with, right?
Mm,
Like Heavenly, the
mhm,
type that would do some shit like that. I'm gonna make you pay for that
mhm.
shit every day of your life, nigga.
So, would y'all think that he goes along with her shenanigans sometimes out of guilt?
Yes.
Yeah, like Chris. That's why
Damn.
Chris be letting Nell act like that.
Boom,
Ooh.
Right.
boom.
Mhm,
I ain't
mhm.
wanna I ain't wanna fully be all in on I don't know. I mean, because I am stuck on the infamil in the closet and then saying that,
There are
oh,
oat milk.
he can
There's
drink
almond
that
milk.
or something.
There's
I'm
Girl,
so
there are 50,
confused.
11 types of milk before we get the
Right.
fucking Infamil. Like, come on.
Right. Get some damn protein powder with your adult ass.
Bitch,
Like,
now we
what?
got
I
all
don't
the
get it.
stages and you going back to the beginning. That's
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
When she said that shit about he lactose intolerant, I said, bitch, almond, oat, cashew.
Mhm,
Like, there are
mhm.
so
Oh
many
my
types of milks
Lord.
out there. That's the one you went to? Infamil, bitch? Mm.
Hmm.
I bet you they ain't see the infamil in that cabinet no motherfucking more.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah, I bet she don't even film in that part of her damn house, child. We ain't even going to the
So
house.
y'all think Heavenly
Put
over
the
there helping you
infamil
raise my
underneath the
baby
fucking sink.
I
I
don't
don't
think
want
I
to see
seen
it.
Heavenly in her house all damn season. High key, I'm
child?
trying to see.
And would she help Damon raise the outside baby? Absolutely.
She would. She
Absolutely.
would.
Would try to
She
get
would.
custody, depending on how raggedy the other chick is. I'll raise the baby myself, Letitia Pearson ass. Ah.
I don't know.
Carly Red.
Mm.
I don't know. I
Mm.
think I think I'm just like, damn, this too late in the game for him to do that, you know?
Be creating babies.
The
Yeah.
only reason I say
It
Mhm.
would have
no
came out of
is because she's on a reality show. That's the only thing that I feel like would give him the you making me do all of this, and I'm here with these other people, and this woman might be a little bit more demure and remind me of how you was when you was younger before you got on a reality show. It can definitely give Heavenly being at the height of her career on reality TV might spark her husband cheating on her to fuck some submissive woman. that he's
Mm.
not really getting from her, which is why she's always pretending to be more submissive than she obviously really is.
Wow.
I mean, we don't know.
Shit. I
Listen,
mean, I don't
I
anything
don't put
possible.
anything
Cause
past.
Mariah been said, "Do
She
you want?"
did, and she
We
said
can
that
talk
she
about
listen.
Damon, baby.
The way she smiled and smirked, and the way Heavenly was low key scared, it kind
Yes,
of
looking
made
like
me
what receipts you got? What you talking about?
listen. I don't know. I
Child.
don't be with that nigga all the time. You know
And,
why? 'Cause
and
you
and let me
got
say this though, although I am somewhat like on the fence of believing it, like I don't know, the way Letitia and Marceau withheld the separation of their marriage on the show, and we didn't even get to see that. It's like you
Mhm.
just never know what's being told
what's
and
really
what's
going
not.
on.
Yep.
Quad had a whole man last year, and didn't nobody know she.
And then
Mhm.
boom, yeah, with his nipples
Right.
out.
Exactly.
Mixed baby was just so specific too.
But who else don't see the Mexican nurse? Who else don't see the Latina, the light, the white Asian Latina lady that is very nice. And Mr. Damon is so nice, and so I always bring him these cakes that I bake at home.
Girl, I just sounded like a bother.
I
Right.
could
And
see it.
what's the bad bitch nurses be wearing a certain brand of
The
whatever
scrubs.
those things are. The scrubs.
Yes.
I can't remember
Got a
what they
good
are.
spandex on the
It
scrubs
be
and
the
shit.
full Russian hybrid lash set
And
with
Dr. Damon
the
is so nice, and he's just a very sweet, mild-mannered man, and I learned so much from him. And he's just so nice. He gave me a ride home one day, and I sucked his dick, and like, bitch, listen to me. I don't need to create
Big.
the whole backstory, but I can just see it because I'm a woman, bruh. And at the end of the day, when there are men out there that have a certain type of temperament, that hoes are always after men with a calm but steady
The
temperament.
night, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the nice guys. They love them.
Yes. Yes.
They
And
love
I
them.
see, I see Dr. Damon's a nice guy.
nice job.
Maybe
Probably
earlier in
very
the
sweet.
relationship he cheated or
Oh,
something.
definitely earlier in,
And
but
maybe Heavenly did too. But I'm just like, to have a baby.
her heavily is,
No,
Y'all don't think
no,
Heavenly got her 1-2 in?
hell
No.
no,
When they was in
hell,
college. At least when they was in college.
hell
That don't
Dang.
count.
no.
Damn.
That don't count.
And that's no
Well,
shade, but I'm just thinking
Mm.
about what Heavenly looked like then
And what Damon has consistently looked like as a cute dog with some dimples, and he's a black doctor.
versus what
Yeah.
Hood and cheated too. But it's not giving that that's what.
You
Yeah,
freezing, Niecy.
y'all know what I was saying.
No, we need you to say it again.
Am I back now?
You back. So
yeah.
say it again.
I was saying, hell no, and that's no shade. That's think about what Heavenly looked like back then versus what Heavenly looked like now. Like Heavenly back then could have cheated if she tried.
Mm.
Heavenly now could have easily cheated. I'm just talking about the
Yes,
two.
now.
So
If
you
it's
know what
gonna
I mean?
happen, that's what I was thinking. If it's gonna happen in her Karen Huger stage of
Oh,
life.
exactly.
I'm on a reality show. I didn't got a BBL. I'm fine as fuck. Okay. Because
Mhm.
y'all can play if y'all want to, but I know y'all see Dr. Heavenly is giving them hoes a run for their money on that show. That body is giving everything it's supposed to give. Okay.
Yeah, she
Um,
paid the right person. She did
she
good.
did.
She
Her
did.
surgery was really, really good.
And I think the waist to arm ratio is a healthy amount too. Where
I don't know if
you
she
was just
killing
saying,
Toya though.
Huh?
I don't know if she
oh
killing
no,
Toya.
Toya. But does Toya got surgery?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I don't
I
know.
think Toya, yeah,
I don't
Toya
think
just
so.
is
Toya's
naturally
natural.
beautiful.
Yeah.
She is.
She just
She
can't
is.
dress.
She's not as bad as Giselle.
I feel
But
like
Giselle
she's
No.
the
done came.
confessionals.
But Giselle is prettier. So there's that.
Is she? I don't think so.
In her youth, yes.
I think they're equally beautiful.
We're gonna be for real in here today.
Hmm.
Y'all gotta be fucking for real, bitch. Pull up a picture of Giselle in college and pull up a picture of Toya in college and tell me you're not looking at. Come on. Come on.
Nah, because Giselle ate with that damn AKA picture after she
That's
just
the
finished.
picture that
She
keep
ate down. I was like, oh,
smiling.
faces.
The
Card is
the
crazy.
eyes,
Yes, the
gorgeous,
eyes,
the
the
curving
skin.
face.
Listen, and Toya is a nice looking girl and all of that, but Toya is the I look the best amongst the country girls. Okay. It's a little bit of a difference.
I mean, Toya may have grown into it. You know, sometimes you have to grow into it.
Yeah.
I think Giselle already had it. So y'all,
Listen, low key, if I'm being real with y'all, low key, sometimes I feel like y'all know how Sweet Tea look like. I'm about to say something fucked up. Y'all forgive me.
I know what you
Sweet
about
tea
to
look like the
say.
twin that didn't get all of the nutrients in comparison to the other twin.
You think so?
I didn't think you was
Damn, I thought they was a splitting image.
Wait. No, are you comparing her against her actual twin, or are you comparing her
Yeah.
against Toya?
No, that's what I'm saying though. To me, if Toya was a twin, Toya would be like the twin
If
that
Toya
took
was the twin.
nutrients. But there would be, because that's what they low-key remind me of. Like, you know how there's that country singer, bitch. Y'all in the comments, shut up. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I mean. Tia and Tamara. Which twin look like they took more of the good looks than the other? Shut up. Stop fucking playing with me, okay? So Toya, if Toya's a twin, Toya's the other twin. But at the same time, you see where we at with it. Just like Sweet Tea and her sister. One obviously got more of the breast milk. Listen, fuck y'all. Stop acting like I'm fucked up. Y'all know I'm not lying.
I hear you.
Not turn the mic off. Turn the
I'm just
TV off.
hollering
Turn the
because
TV
somebody in
off.
the comments said that's messed up. Just plain.
Oh my
I'm sorry. I
god.
had to say it. I'm sorry, y'all. I had
I
to
didn't think
say
you was
it.
gonna say that. I thought you was gonna say something else, but
I'm sorry. That's what I
yeah.
was thinking. I was thinking that Toya gives like she could be just like Sweet Tea and her sister. Yes, big titty, thick country bumpkin bitches, but one of them is just a little bit less
Mm.
goofy than the other. Just a little bit less goofy than the other. That's all I mean. That's all I mean.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
No, don't
Damn.
apologize.
I
Don't
always say,
apologize.
listen, I'm the ugly sister. I always say I'm the ugly sister. So at the end of the day, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I look the same though. That's a funny thing.
So y'all gonna
It's
so
fine.
Tia and
It's
Tamara, y'all
fine.
gonna act like
Go
y'all
ahead.
can't see the difference. Okay.
All
One got a
right.
long face and the other one don't.
All right. We gonna get into the last topic, which I don't really want to call this gossip, but let's go ahead and roll the intro and I'm gonna play the last topic.
How old were you when you had your first kiss? And who was it? That's a sweet one we'll end on.
How old was I when I had my first kiss? That I actually intended to have.
Now, wait a minute.
There was a couple of,
Okay. Well, you know what? That one's stupid. It's out. Your favorite song ever that you've done. Your favorite song of yourself. And you can, if you want to pick one, your favorite one to sing.
I don't know.
How old were you?
Are we getting into that?
Nah. Well, why not?
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the comments. I'm about to die, bro.
No, it's fine. This little clip was going viral just because for a while people have been speculating that Usher may have allegedly maybe been taken advantage of as a kid. And it's been little clips on YouTube that have been surfacing. People have been talking, like the video with him, Kevin Hart, Diddy. Oh, remember when we used to fight over cereal in the bed? We used to play fight. We used to do this, da, da, da. So this is really, I would say, probably the second time that we've heard Usher kind of allude to something happened to him when he was a kid. The first time he was on a radio show with that white man host, and I wish I knew his name because he is pretty famous. I just don't know who he is. And
Was it Howard Stern?
is it him? He had old white man, black hair, kind of long.
Glasses.
Yes.
I don't remember.
That's how I was done.
Okay, he was on there with him, and he had mentioned, seeing a lot of things that he shouldn't have seen as a kid, and whatever. So now we get this same vibe with Keke Palmer. So a couple of these comments, let me read this first one. It says, in response to the video, I honestly believe when Usher is ready, he will tell his story. I just want to give him a hug. You can tell the child in him is hurt. Let me read another one. Keke is genuinely a great professional on all fronts. Most people would have pushed the question. She pivoted, and in return, I'm sure he was grateful and probably felt pretty safe after that. She's the best. Last, it's crazy the trauma a lot of men in the industry have gone through.
I hate how I disagreed about that Keke comment.
Really?
You weren't
What'd
the
you
only one. A few people did.
You know why? Because in real life, bitch, you know the answer to these questions. So when you ask them, and then everybody's like, "Oh, she moved away from it. She's such a good interviewer." Man,
How old?
you knew, you know, you know. Your mama didn't already told us half the story, bitch. You know. So to
Oh,
me,
Usher is gay. And Kiki Palmer mama voice. That is what she said.
I was
But
just
it kind of pissed me off that she said Usher is gay. Like even back then,
you know.
I think we made that video last year and we was talking about it, and it pissed me off when the mama said he was gay because I don't think he's truly gay. I think that the mama was insinuating that something had happened to him.
the
Mm.
fact that he even let Kiki interview him is hilarious
Listen,
at this point because I forgot
listen.
about it. That
I was like,
Yeah.
why are they sitting up here talking like there's not a whole part of this shit that didn't come out because of this? Like to me, that made it so fake to me. I'm like,
So what was
literally,
your mama saying? What was
hello,
Right.
hello. Like,
Some
yeah.
people, I saw some people say they felt like Kiki could have used this as a moment to dive deeper, and maybe him telling his story would have helped other people
Kiki don't want to
open up
dive
about
deeper.
theirs. So I just saw a few people being upset about that. But I mean,
Keep it a buck. Kiki,
because he
as much
seemed
as
like
I
he
love
was
her,
willing.
he not.
Yeah,
Not
he
really.
would have talked about it, I think, if she had pressed.
You think so? You think he would
Yeah,
have
he
For
said
said?
you talking
sure.
about the one that what did he say? The
'Cause
one that I didn't intentionally or something like that.
Yeah, I heard him, but I also felt like
He
the fact
wanted her to
that he didn't
clarify
press.
because he didn't even have to respond that way. He could have
That's
just
true.
came up
He
with the
might
lie that he
feel
usually
comfortable
tells people.
talking now because of the situation at hand, because
Think he
Diddy
might
is where
want
he
to.
is.
I think he definitely wants to talk about it, but I also feel like the way people move, not to ask about it directly. And
Mhm.
Kiki, I think, is doing this thing where it comes off as light, but it's really not. You know what the fuck you're doing. Like to me, that's what I feel. I feel like she knew what the fuck she was doing, even though she tries to make it light. But it's still like also she is low key shallow in the way she approaches these things. You can't have a deep conversation with somebody when you ignoring the elephant in the room. And that's what I feel like they was low key like doing in this moment.
Mm.
But
You're a
I
mother.
think either one would have been okay. I think if she
except
would have
Diddy.
tried a little harder and he talked about it, it would have been a win for her. But how she handled it this time, like because see, maybe she like I don't want to get that deep. I want to keep like you was kind of mentioning. I
Then what
want
you
to keep it
talking to?
lighthearted, good. Let's keep it pushing.
I feel like then what you talking to him for? Cause like all
Yeah.
anybody was thinking about while you was talking to him was your mama said the nigga was gay.
Child.
Your old man was
Mhm.
mad. You know what I'm saying? Like the Diddy shit that's going on, rumors about Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's so much real shit that's actually going on that they acting like not happening. It's annoying to me. Like
Mhm.
it's low key. Like why you even wasting our time right now? I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, I want Usher to get it off his chest. But I low key feel like Usher is not getting it off his chest because it depends on how you look at it and what the facts are, because we don't really know the facts. But you could be liable.
Hmm.
Like we know that you are the connection between Justin Bieber and Diddy. So there's that.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
Hmm,
Lord.
hmm. That turtleneck, you can't trust them turtlenecks. I just want to say that. Whenever you see motherfuckers in turtlenecks, just know something is not to be trusted in the moment.
But
Okay?
I love him. I'm
I know
stick
you do, friend.
beside him.
I know you do, friend. And you should stick beside him. But you know you can't trust no nigga in a turtleneck.
That's my man. I'm stick
And
beside him.
Kiki, can we talk about Kiki's hair right quick? Cause like I
It's
don't
cute
know
as
what's
fuck.
you
You don't
think so?
like it? Yeah, I
It's,
love it.
it's given when the quick weave is rising. I've been through this before.
Rising.
Yeah, you ever seen like you know how the you didn't have to you put a quick weave in, but you get new growth, so the wig starts to
Mm.
Jamie.
I think it looks like she got a flip over method. So I think that's why it's so thick
Okay,
where the part is.
okay, I'll accept that.
Y'all know the one thing that I couldn't get with though, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
A
When she
quick
went
weave.
Rising. When she
'Cause
went on the Jennifer Hudson show and she had on her Whitney Houston wig
Oh
and
yes.
was
Oh,
impersonating, I was so uneasy just because with Kiki Palmer in general, I like the person who she presents to us. But she puts on so much like light and giddiness that I'm actually concerned to know what the opposite side is. So it's always super weird to me when she's impersonating Whitney. Like she knows that people say that about her. So when she was walking down that tunnel with the Whitney wig and doing all that, I
Mhm.
was just like, that shit is weird. Let that lady rest in peace.
oh damn. Because I literally was thinking of Whitney when she said, "You know what? That's terrible. It's out of here. Scratch that. Your favorite song ever." That
That
you.
part didn't.
I'm like, girl,
It
you
was
are
when she
such
was
a
looking at her.
performer.
I'ma just say y'all, I
He
feel
has
like Nick at Night was right all along and I was wrong because I'll
uh-huh.
never forget Nick at Night is another blogger. And me and her was going back and forth when the Kiki Palmer Darius shit first came out. And she was just like, Kiki is fucking lame. Like Kiki's lame and whack as fuck. And at the
Really?
time, because of the shit that was going on with Darius, I was like, no, I'm like arguing with her. I disagree, bitch. But we did, we agreed to agree to disagree.
Mhm.
Now that we are here, even though I still stand on how I feel about Darius and that
Right.
situation,
For
I
sure.
still feel where she was coming from because the more I see of Kiki, the more I feel like Kiki is performing to the point that it's like now it's like okay, enough, like
She's
stop,
theatrical.
yeah, in a
Like
way
in
that
gen-
doesn't feel genuine.
yes, I like who she presents to us, but it also feels theatrical. Two
Mm,
things can be true.
And it's
mm.
because she's a mix of
Dang.
what we grew up with as seeing a star in the 90s and the early 2000s, but also in today's time where people want to be closer to the stars. I feel like she's trying to navigate being in both of those places. She's a Virgo.
Yeah.
But she's trying to be in both of those spaces. And I feel like, her slip be showing sometimes. Like the fact that you even were attracted to Darius says something about you in the first place.
I mean, she admitted when I say admitted, it doesn't mean that I agree with this, but she said that she was abusive as well. So I'm wondering, that was the only time where I felt like she was trying to be vulnerable or trying to show a side of herself that wasn't what she usually presents, and that's in her book.
Mhm.
So
I
I
might
I
do
look
don't
at
know.
the
question
book.
in what ways was she abusive because I don't think he
That's why
got
I take it
shit
with a
on.
grain.
Yeah, I don't think he got shit on the fact that he didn't like that she was talking to her waitress and then you decide to break her damn glasses, take her damn clothes and throw them over a damn bush and now she got to drive about 2 to 4 hours back home. I'm just like, what would she be comparing? Because
Right,
I
which is
think, and
why I
I'm
feel like
saying
she's a
that because
victim.
people use that what you just mentioned when they try to label her as whatever, and I'm like she's a problem too. She said in her own book that she's abused, and I know that's not your thought, Nisi, but that's just
Mhm.
what I've seen some other people say, and I'm like, well, what are we comparing?
To me, I was clocking him from the beginning. Like at the end of the day, I was clocking him from the very beginning. As soon as he tweeted that shit, I was like, he's abusive. Because why she had just said right before he did that she did not like her personal life being on social media. And the first thing he did when he didn't like something was take that shit to social media. So to me, that was like an automatic, you're purposefully crossing a boundary here. And then you slut shamed her on top of that. And you did it
Mhm.
publicly. So you wanted other people to join in with you while you
Yep.
slut shamed your baby mama. To
Mm,
me, that shows you don't really care about her and you do kind of view her in a way like I should get one up on her, which a lot of the time for men is abusive because
Right.
women don't be thinking about it in the same way that they do. Now, at the end of the day, when you think about it, why were you attracted to him? Why were you okay with being with somebody who didn't have nearly as much? Why are you okay with being with somebody that had that type of energy towards you? And it's because I think on some way, like that light skin, curly hair, that shit, I think that's something that she's attracted to that is a pitfall of hers. Like I think on some level she might be like featurist or colorist or some shit. So him.
She was with that white boy before him.
mm,
Remember?
yeah,
mm.
it's given. I'm for my people and all of that, but I might vote Republican and I just don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I will hope she's a Kamala. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's something about her that gives. I'm not 100% what I showcase what I showcase when I'm trying to pretend like I'm being real.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I understand.
But I still
Mhm.
like her. Like I still like her.
Right.
But I do find myself like Kiki, you making me slightly
Trying to
uncomfortable.
navigate who she is.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. I
Mm.
like her too, but it's a challenge to trying to figure out who she really is.
She wanted control
But
because she made more money than she should have control because she made more money than him. Like at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your boss. Like you the one
That
that needed me to give you a job.
and I think she wanted the availability too.
Yeah, like
I
you need
think
to
other
be on
guys that
call.
may make as much as her,
Might
them
not
they
be.
get into the money too. They too busy. I think that probably played a factor as well.
mhm.
Honestly, when I think about it, it wasn't even like to me. It would have been better to be with somebody that was financially on your same level, but wasn't on that level when it comes to like celebrity, like a regular person
Like a
that
Yeah, like
really
when
CEO
Ariana
or
Grande married a real
like a
estate
higher
agent.
position. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. That's what I would have thought. But I feel like on some level, because you're a black woman and you make a lot of money, you get with a man that you're physically attracted to, and then you make all of these like allowances and apologies for being the stronger of the two. And I think she did that. And that's what a lot of us
Yes.
do, to be honest.
Right. Well,
Pray for
all
her.
right, y'all. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got, y'all. Y'all got anything else?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Nam yo
I
renge
think we
kyo.
had we had a great show tonight. We had quite a time. It was funny AF. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us at Ooh Ladies First Panel. Jamie, that's me, Bondi Blue, Blue Rose Bondi, and myself at Niecy Dixon. Also, look at my real estate page, Niecy Knows DFW, and also vote for Bondi on the Boss Babe Awards for YouTuber of the Year and Media Personality of the Year. Follow all of us, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all in the next video. Bye.